YouTuber binlerce gerçek insanı bir araya getirdi ve onları ikiye ayırdı. Zenginler ve fakirler. IMDb'de 10 üzerinden 9.4 puan alan bu sosyal deney sonunda insanlar barış mı sağlayacak yoksa savaşacaklar mı? Film tadında bir video izlemeye hazır olun. Serinin devamı için aşağıdan like atıp kanalıma abone olduysanız şimdi videoya geçelim. Minecraft tarihinin en büyük sosyal deneyi.
1,000 people across 2 massive islands to simulate a realistic civilization. The players were given no help or guidance, and just like in real life, if you die, you remain.
O kadar gerçekçi bir deney, bakın.
Now each player has the freedom to do whatever they want, farm for food, become a dictator, and build a society.
Her şey serbest, aklınıza gelebilecek her şey.
Because while one island is a rich green paradise,
bakın bir taraf zenginken diğer taraf fakir.
Is a barren wasteland.
Bakalım bunun üstesinden nasıl gelecekler? Harika bir şey bizi bekliyor. Acaba savaş mı olacak yoksa adalet mi?
Amazing story arc I've ever seen. All I will say is pick a nation to root for and enjoy the video. I present to you the rich and poor.
Hadi bakalım. Bir oyuncu. Medeniyet deneyimi başlıyor. İşe abone olmayı unutmayın bu arada.
Don't forget, if you want to participate in these videos, join my Discord server and of course subscribe to my channel. Alright, we got 1,000. Good luck everyone.
500 ayrıldılar. Gün 1. Başlıyoruz.
Beginning of day 1 and all 1,000 players began to explore their new homes.
What is this place?
Herkes ayrı ayrı. Bakalım hainlikler olacak mı? Arkadaşlıklar olacak mı?
I didn't tell them that one of the islands, the first one, would be a barren wasteland. You guys having a good time?
No. Arada hiçbir şey yok.
There's nothing here. Please tell me where the trees are, bro. I cannot find anything.
It didn't take long for the people who chose Island 1 to
realize
they had made a massive mistake.
I hate this place. I hate this place. I hate this place.
Players realized that building civilizations on Island 1 would be particularly challenging, and not only because it was empty, but because some parts of it were completely uninhabitable, like the snow biome. And right next door, a massive volcano that could erupt at any moment.
Oğlum yanardağ bile var lan.
This volcano also happens to heat up all the water on the island.
Evet.
This killed a lot.
Fakirler gerçekten çok fakir ve insanlar ölüyor.
Now, to begin building civilizations, the players needed to find a tree.
Bence de.
Wood is an essential material, and without it, you really can't do anything. Now, luckily for Island 1, there was one tree on the island, and it was pretty big too. But, of course, it was completely surrounded by boiling water.
Bakalım nasıl açacaklar acaba bu kaynar suyu.
Meanwhile, let's go over to Island 2.
Aha, şimdi zenginlerin adasına bakacağız. Her şey var lan burada.
Hey guys.
Çok merak ediyorum ya.
Life on Island 2 was beautiful. The terrain was green, the trees were plentiful, and the water was normal temperature.
Open for business.
Selling water? It's from the ocean. Are you trying to make me drink ocean water?
No.
The people on Island 2 immediately realized they had chosen the island of safety and wealth. You are literally a piece of gold.
Yeah.
The only real danger on Island 2 was the possibility of falling down from a tree as you're collecting wood.
Ağaçlardan düşmek değil mi? Evet. Bir de fakirlerin derdine bak.
So you're planning to build a bakery.
Yes, I am.
And you're forcing your employees to go up and get oak?
Oh, no.
She forcing you to work up here.
Hey, no. It's double carrots, triple carrots.
I don't want
say
carrots.
anything.
I want fair working conditions.
Also, because of the vast amounts of trees, people were very quickly able to craft tools that allowed them to mine underground.
Tabii ki, mantıklı.
Okay?
Yeah, I mean this island's great.
So many diamonds already.
Yeah.
Fakirler ağaç bulamadığı için elmas da yapamıyor ve maden de yapamıyor. Zenginler elmas bile bulmuş maden yaparak.
Thrilled with their wealth, and they were very optimistic.
Ben olsam zengin, ben de memnun olurdum yani. Evet, başlıyoruz tekrardan.
By the end of the first day, players on Island 1 had finally reached the big tree. You realize how
nasıl ulaşmışlar lan?
Oh yeah,
no, we're not scared.
No?
No pain, no gain.
Island 1 was still pretty far from having fully fledged civilizations, but there were communities starting to form. For example, this player named Remy the Rat made a small restaurant to feed those who were starving.
Helal olsun lan sana Red.
Serving them here. It's very popular. Bread? And you can, what the frick?
Ekmek.
Wait, is this a bread line? Yes. Oh no.
Bize Türkiye'yi çok benziyorlar. Ekmek kuyruğuna
A small
bakın.
group of people who had chosen to settle in a weird location.
People at the volcano.
What type of people would choose to live on a volcano?
Harbi niye öyle yanardan yanında yaşamaya başladın?
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the mafia.
This was Lingolini, and he had recruited about 20 people to join his Italian mafia. His goals were very simple: make friends and get
Bakın,
rich.
bir çete olmaya başlamış bile.
Secret. We found some netherite.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't tell anyone though. We're trying to keep it between us.
We'll check back in with these guys later, but in the meantime, on Island 2,
Netherite en değerli taşlardan bir tanesi, onu bulmuşlar.
starting to form.
I don't care about power. I don't care about government. I just want to make a nice place for my people to live.
This player named Call Me Cass was the leader of about 50 people in a nation she named the Cass Coalition. And a coalition it was of
bakın,
very
Cass
different
lider.
types of people, including pirates, bankers, Canadian cartels, bakery owners, and their employees.
Want fair working conditions.
Anladım. Her şey var
Paid to
adada.
work up here.
Paid? People are getting paid?
Now, later in the day, Island 2 would face its first conflict.
Aha.
What the heck?
Hey, you guys can't be destroying the beach.
Evet, kavga çıkmaya başlıyor yavaş
Many
yavaş.
people were extracting sand from the shore right next to the Cass Coalition. Cass was obviously not happy about this, but these people didn't care because they were from a much bigger nation called the Commonwealth.
Aha, bakın gruplaşmalar başladı bile.
We're actually 5 nations combined into one, so we have strength in numbers.
The Commonwealth was a massive civilization that was formed on day 1 when 5 distinct groups were close enough to each other that they just decided to come together and unify under one nation. As a result, the Commonwealth had a government with 5 leaders at the top and over 150 citizens.
We're going to turn this mountain into our city currently.
Ah, okay. The Commonwealth leaders were very
Oğlum,
ambitious and
zenginler
wanted to make
elmas
the
setli
Commonwealth the
yapmışlar lan.
most beautiful, the most respected, the most powerful nation on Island 2, even if it came at the expense of others. Overall, by the end of the day, Island 2 was much further ahead than Island 1, as expected. But
Tabii ki,
let's see
tabii
what
ki.
happens in the following days.
Evet, gün 2. Bakın fakirler daha da çok azalmış. 50 kişi ölmüş fakirlerden. Zenginlerden 4 kişi ölmüş.
Expecting that the beginning of day 2 would end up having one of the most consequential moments
Oo,
of the
bugün en önemli
entire
günlerden bir
event.
tanesiymiş.
Remy the Rat was running his restaurant when he received a visit from a player named Spoon.
Does anyone... Knight, I need food, I'm dying.
Yo, Spoon.
Yep.
I do have food. You're private, but
I need food. Oh, God, I'm too kind. I care about everyone else before myself. It's such a problem.
Now, this player, Spoon, was a rising leader on Island 1. He was known for always giving away his own food. But some people started to suspect that Spoon's supposed generosity was merely a method to gain popularity, to further his political ambitions.
Ne güzel yardımlaşıyorlar birbirlerine ama birileri ondan şüphelenmeye başlamış. Lan!
Oh my god.
Oğlum yemek vereni dövüyorlar.
Who is a traitor?
Ne oldu lan orada?
He was trying to assassinate Spoon.
Suikastçı falan diyorlar, ne oluyor?
Spoon had survived an assassination attempt, which brought him exactly the attention he needed to cement himself as a legend on Island 1. People were drawn to him, and on day 2, Spoon used this leverage to establish an empire named West.
Tamam, Spoon İmparatorluğu. Suikasttan kurtulmuş ve herkes ona saygı duyuyor şu anda.
Make me emperor. This right here is going to be our capital. We're also building a massive coliseum.
You mean where people fight to the death?
Exactly.
Even though the people of Westhelm were still struggling with food and resources, their motivation to succeed was unbelievably high.
Earlier, somebody tried to take my life. Someone with this face. But But now, he's dead!
For the first time, it seemed like the people of Island 1 had hope.
Fakirler şu anda umutlu. Ve şu an zafer müziği çalıyor.
Island 1 was finally starting to develop civilizations, but not all of them were as motivated as West Home. Right next door, for example, was a cult named Nevermore that literally just boxed themselves in and wanted nothing to do with the rest of the world.
Quoth the Raven, Nevermore.
And honestly, these guys weren't wrong to be pessimistic. See, some of the people who chose Island 1 had secretly been hoping that when they finally make it underground, they would find troves of iron and diamonds. But instead, they only found a giant layer of lava that stemmed from the volcano and covered the entire island.
Oha, çok mantıklı.
This lava
Fakirler güzel, mantıklı, iyi ilerliyor. Ve tabii ölümler de oluyor.
People weren't necessarily angry at the poor conditions themselves, but more so about the inequality between Island 1 and Island 2. See, even though the two islands had a border separating them, preventing anyone from crossing for now, rumors were spreading about the wealth and the amazing environment of Island 2. Because of this, some people on Island 1 were starting to develop some feelings about the other island.
Island 2 might be the better island, but we're the better people.
Oh. In fact, artists on Island 1 were already making propaganda posters, some of which were rather concerning, including a few creations by our mafia leader, Lingolini. Speaking of Lingolini, there was some drama on the volcano on day 2.
Aha, burada da sıkıntılar başlamış.
What?
Mamma mia, help me! I'm getting chased! Lego likes just to take me out of nowhere and I had to run down the mountain.
It was becoming a pretty common occurrence on Island 1 for people to try to rob or murder as a means to get food or resources. But Lingolini was not going to let that slide.
Yemek, erzak falan için millet birbirlerini öldürmeye başlamış.
Everybody in the mafia knows that the Lego likes is an enemy of the mafia.
But then, during our interview... Oh wait, who's coming out over here? There's some people coming out.
Oh, those are people from Infernus. They're our allies.
Oh, really? Lingolini had decided to share his volcano territory with a larger group called Infernus, whose main goal was to preserve and protect the sacred land of the volcano. I spoke with the leader, a player named Seneca, who described herself as the Queen of Infernus.
We are a nation of the flame. We have to treat the volcano with the respect it deserves, and we hope we can work with Lingolini to do just that.
Seneca and Lingolini agreed to protect each other in case of an invasion, and use the volcano's height and flowing lava to their advantage.
If anybody tries to attack us, we'll kick them out like a Koopa shell.
Now, speaking of invasions, on day 2, the Cask Coalition was approached by an army of boats.
Aha!
Guys, I think we're under attack.
Aha, saldırı başlıyor.
For some reason,
Zenginlerin arasında saldırı başlıyor şu anda.
No, we can't fight this. We gotta run. Get everyone out. Get everyone out.
But after a few moments of panic, it turned out to be just a group of immigrants who had gotten lost.
We are not here to invade us.
Sadece göçmenlermiş ya. Savaş değilmiş. Yanlışlıkla yolları kaybetmişler sadece.
But I didn't do anything. I just followed them. You brought them all. You didn't do anything. Okay. The leader of the migrants, a player named 3 Below Zero, profusely apologized for the scare, and then the migrants took off. What's going on, Cass?
I know they didn't mean to do that. I'm telling my people not to worry.
Glad to hear. Now, on day 2, players had finally realized that Island 2 was not technically an island at all, but an archipelago, or chain of islands. The northern island was an optimal place to settle, with open fields, trees, and wildlife. So naturally, it had the biggest civilizations, including the Commonwealth, the Cask Coalition, and a huge kingdom named Tricolor, ruled by a monarch named Jophiel.
The red stands for the underground, the green for plains, and the blue for the coast.
The center island, meanwhile, had pink cherry blossom trees, and was the home of a small nation called Barbie Land.
Barbie adası, Barbie ülkesi.
Oh god.
It's fantastic.
Okay. And lastly, the southern island was big, but also extremely dense, flooded with jungles and swamps. As a result, nobody really wanted to stay there. Although I did find one person.
Evet, oraya kimse yerleşmemiş.
Can't you tell? This is my vacation.
Ve sadece bir kişi burada.
Vacation home. I don't see any lawn chairs or furniture. There's no roof.
Hold your horses there, cowboy. It's not done yet.
Saps was one of the few players who chose not to join any civilizations because he didn't want to get dragged into politics.
Tek başına bir medeniyet kurmuş kendi kendine.
Island too. His best friend Flux actually being the second in command of the migrant group. Speaking of, 3 Below Zero and the migrants had finally reached their destination all the way up north. Now, other than accidentally invading the Caste Coalition, these guys seemed pretty insignificant. But little did people know, this new civilization was about to change the entire world.
Tüm dünya değişecekmiş. Bakalım.
We are blessed to live where we live, and we intend to use it for good. We are enlightened. We are the light. We are Luminara.
Luminara.
The migrants had decided
Yeni
to call their
medeniyet daha kuruldu.
civilization Luminara. They saw themselves as the light of Island 2, the innovators, the inventors. See, the reason 3 Below Zero had chosen this specific location to settle, well, it wasn't by accident. After the first day, 3 Below Zero had used content and propaganda released by the people of Island 1 to estimate the location of the other island. He then used a coordinate system to calculate the northernmost point of Island 2. His goal was to settle as closely as possible to the other island so that when the day comes, when the borders drop, Luminara can build a massive bridge connecting the two islands, giving free passage as a sign of good faith to
Helal
perhaps
olsun.
bring about world peace.
Helal olsun. Bir tane barış isteyen bir medeniyet çıktı.
Second in command of Luminara, Flux, as well as a few concerned citizens, did not want that bridge to be built. They had seen the Island 1 propaganda. They knew that people on Island 1 were angry. Their fear was that Island 1 would just use that bridge as an opportunity to invade Luminara and perhaps invade the rest of Island 2, leading to a world war.
Üff, çok güzel şeyler bizi bekliyor ya.
Moving up north was a bad idea. Island 1 is going to invade us, and Luminara is going to.
Zenginler diyor ki fakirler bizi işgal edecek diyor. Onlar fakir olduğu için çok sinirli bize diyor. Biz zengin olduğumuz için. Onlar bize saldıracak diyor. Barış yapmayacak mıyız diyor. Düşmanlarımızla dost olmaya çalışmamalıyız diyor orada. Evet, birleştirmek mantıklı olabilir.
What if they finish the bridge?
Well, then at least they'll know I tried to warn them when Island 1 comes and kills us all.
Barış olsa çok güzel olur ama ya. Savaş olmasın abi. Yani savaş da azıcık olsun, biraz eğlenceli olsun da.
As day 2 came to an end, tensions were rising, both within nations and between islands, leaving people worried about what's going to happen next.
Evet ve 3. güne geçtik. Oo, zenginler de 7 kişi ölmüş. Fakirler de 70 kişi falan ölmüş.
A small group of pirates who called themselves Al-Karasina.
Al-Karasina, my friend. We're the baddest pirates around.
Now, if you look closely, there was a person of interest hanging around with the pirates.
Abi Legolas.
They picked me out of nowhere and I had to run down.
Oh, what are you gonna do about that then?
O Lego bu Lego.
So to be clear, Legolikes had a bounty on his head, and he was hanging around pirates. You could probably guess how this ends.
Yo, Lego's
evet, tahmin edebiliyorum.
This is everything you guys got, huh? Not much.
Lan! Lego ölecek mi? Lego'nun başında şu an ödül var. Onu öldürene, getirene, yakalayana ödül, para ödülü verecekler mi?
The Al-Karasina
Sıcak suda öldü.
Legolikes, but there was a small problem. Did you hear about the
sorun?
news?
Yeah, I saw it, but we don't know who claimed the bounty. It didn't say it in the chat.
Aa, ödülü kim aldı abi?
Technically died to boiling water instead of
Aynen.
blood.
Sonuçta kaynar suda öldü. Yani ödül kimsenin değil.
When a player dies, the dead player drops their own head, which the pirates believed would be the proof they needed to collect their bounty later today.
Mantıklı.
So you're expecting a payment later?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll go.
Maşallah lan. As bayrakları as. Korsanlar da Lego'nun kafasını alır ve diyecekler ki biz öldürdük paramızı verin diyecekler.
Day 1 was horrific. We literally had bread lines. Day 2 we're building a coliseum, a citadel. I am literally immortal. Hopefully that's foreshadowing.
Emperor Spoon was still the most powerful man on Island 1, and on day 3 he was invited to a big international meeting hosted by a charity group called the Blue Cross.
We invited you here mainly to discuss plans in case the volcano erupts. What are your individual plans?
Şimdi toplantı yapacaklar.
Just not using flammable materials.
We don't have any real plan, you know.
What? You don't have plans? If that volcano erupts, you deserve to die.
Eyvah.
Emperor Spoon had come in with good intentions, but it was there that he learned that he hates meetings.
I'm gonna go there.
Ya lan nereye?
When Emperor Spoon left, the other leaders were unsettled. Was this guy really the figurehead of Island 1?
Okay, we need a better representative.
Then, basically right
Yeni bir başkan seçecekler.
Diplomats follow me, bodyguards.
Sorry guys, sorry, I'm late.
This is Benji, and
Benji,
he's the leader of Island 1's second biggest civilization, called Elysium. See, on day 2, Benji had discovered that toward the outer edges of the island, away from the volcano, the water isn't boiling hot anymore. So he founded Elysium, which literally translates to a place of ideal happiness. And he made the nation to give peace-loving people a chance to relax and get away from all the troubles of Island 1.
Güzel bir şey bulmuş.
Look at these Elysian guys swimming in the water.
We were hoping that Lord Ish could summon a single mushroom cow.
Alright, if anyone drops a pufferfish in the next 60 seconds, I'll do it.
What do I have to do? What do I have to do? The pufferfish. Quick.
There it is.
Alright.
Oha, o ne lan? Mushroom.
Now, back at the Blue Cross, Benji and the other leaders discussed the possibility of creating a full Island 1 alliance. All the leaders at the meeting, including Westholme's representatives, believed that given the harsh conditions of Island 1, an island-wide alliance could be a game changer. But first...
Before we make this official, we have to convince everyone else to join.
See, there were a few civilizations not present at the meeting, and to complete the full Island 1 alliance, the Blue Cross would have to go out and get them all on board. First was the Alcaracina pirates, who coincidentally happened to pass by the meeting as it was happening.
Hey guys.
Aha, korsanlar gel bastı lan toplantı yerine.
Bounty from the second nation not yet in the alliance, the Linguini Mafia. Oh yes, they're waiting.
Bunlar da ödülü almaya gidiyor galiba.
Hello, it's me.
Aha.
Oh, mamma mia! It's
Mamma mia!
It sure looks like a Lego lights.
Meanwhile, the never
Ve ödeme yapıldı.
a little bit more difficult to convince, but the Blue Cross said they'd try anyway. Now, as for the fourth and final nation, well, it was a bit of a mysterious group. Their civilization was down south, and they were very isolated and secretive. They were also rumored to have an extremely strict government, but also a large amount of very skilled fighters. As a result, people were kind of scared to approach them, but they knew they had to eventually to complete the Blue Cross Alliance. They knew that if this alliance works out, it wouldn't matter that they all lived on the poor island. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the most powerful force in the world would become Island 1.
Evet, şu an toplantı yapacaklar ve bütün ulusları bir araya getirip toplantı yapmayı planlıyorlar. Oha! Bunlar fakirler mi lan? Aa, galiba fakirler bunlar. Gün 4 mü? Yok. Aha! Lan! Lan! Niye böyle bir şey yaptılar? Yoksa saldırı mı?
Commotion at the Commonwealth. they had just exploded their own land because of a miscommunication. What happened was one of the 5 leaders, Coraline, got the idea that the Commonwealth was planning to move east. So she started telling everyone to move. Thus, believing that they wouldn't need their old land anymore, one of the citizens just decided to blow it up.
What? We're not moving. We're surrounded by idiots.
Overall, the Commonwealth was having trouble getting anything done because the 5 leaders were constantly fighting over power. See, there were 5 leaders, each with 1 vote. But because they were originally 5 separate nations, each with a differing amount of citizens, should the smallest faction's vote have the same weight as the biggest faction's vote?
It is ridiculous that Alvin's vote is worth the same as mine. I mean, I need about 50 people, and he has barely 5.
Aha, bakın.
In disarray,
böyle anlaşmazlıklar da çıkıyor.
To other nations like the Caste Coalition. Cass's style of governing, letting people do whatever they want, was making her very popular with her people.
I've been with Cass since pretty much the beginning, and she's established a democracy, a true one.
Really focused on like letting everybody do their thing.
But at the same time, the lack of any regulations had some unintended consequences, like players making strange and ugly buildings. So to solve this, Cass hired a building inspector.
I have placed a lot of foundation for a glorious city, basically made out of stone. That way no one can burn us down.
However, the building inspector did get a little power hungry. What's going on here?
He said he's gonna demolish my house because it's not up to building code.
Because it's not up to code.
So then, citizens took matters into their own hands.
What?
Anyway, the biggest nations on Island 2 were still the Commonwealth, the Caste Coalition, and Tricolor. Tricolor was a medieval civilization separated into 3 regions, one of them being an underground city. Oh my gosh. This is big. Yeah. People didn't really know that much about Jofiel and Tricolor because they tended to be more private. Jofiel was more interested in building up Tricolor rather than doing outside diplomacy. But people would still come to Jofiel with all the political news of Island 2.
I am so tired of the politics already.
I've got some news. People are concerned with Aperion trying to colonize them.
Oh my god.
Now, this particular rumor about a group named Aperion colonizing people happened to be false. Aperion was just a small town led by a player named Alkaline, and it was actually the only nation other than Luminara that directly bordered the ocean next to Island 1. That said, the rumor that Island 1 was uniting was true, which got some people worried, especially the 2 border states. So Jofiel invited over all the major leaders and diplomats of Island 2 for an emergency meeting. The only leader who declined was 3 Below Zero because he was busy building the Luminara Bridge. So he sent in his place his second-in-command, Flux. Flux, what's your plan here?
I don't care what 3 Below Zero says, we need to make sure everyone unites against Island 1.
Good luck, sir. And because this meeting was the most important event yet on Island 2, Jofiel invited a neutral mediator, someone who could lead the meeting in a fair manner and wasn't a part of any nation. Saps, where are you going?
Apparently they're making me lead the meeting with all the Island 2 leaders.
You sound very excited about it.
Oh no, I'm not excited, I'm terrified. I'm accidentally gonna cause a war.
Aha! Yavaştan başlıyor savaşlar.
Alright, I think everyone's here.
Welcome.
Well, we at the great and mighty Commonwealth are looking forward to a productive conversation.
Thanks, it's great.
So, as the president of Aperion, I'm actually really worried about our town, which is why I'm proposing we all join a defense pact. If one of us gets attacked, all of us are under attack.
Here.
I can agree. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
That's a good start, but if Island 1 attacks, say, Luminara, well, by the time you can even arrive to defend us, everyone at Luminara will already be dead.
Which is why I think we need to focus our efforts on preventing an attack in the first place.
Önce savunma yapalım diyor. Mantıklı.
I'm just saying.
Hold on, Flux. Let Jofiel finish. Island 1 is starving. They're not going to attack us. They have bigger problems.
Evet, onların açlık sorunları var fakirlere.
People could change their hearts and minds if, instead of treating them as an enemy, we send them aid.
Onlara yardım göndereceğiz diyorlar. Vay.
We do the defense pact, but we also send aid to Island 1. Basically, we're ready for an attack, but we try our best to prevent it. I'm on board with that.
I can agree to that.
The Commonwealth agrees.
Guys, no, this is ridiculous. Island 1 is literally making propaganda saying death to Island 2. They're jealous that we live in a paradise, and they're gonna invade us no matter what. And you wanna send aid to them?
Onlar bizi kıskanıyor, bize saldıracaklar diyor. Niye yardım ediyoruz diyor.
Armor, weapons, and they're gonna use all of that against us.
He might have a point.
Hold on. Island 1 isn't evil. They're not savages. They just need help.
You cannot be this naive.
Doğru.
There's a guy under the table.
Huh?
Everyone is super on edge. They're worried about traps.
Guys.
O kim lan?
Island 1 is united. They have hundreds of people all aligned in the same goal, to kill us and take our resources. If they decide to attack any single one of our nations, it'll be easy. All they'll need to do is walk ahead, which is why we need to either merge all of our nations right now. We all choose a spot into one civilization. Either that
Pardon, bir an çok gaza geldim.
or we attack Island 1 first.
Ya medeniyet oluşturacağız da birinci adaya fakirlere saldıracağız diyor.
All of us to our death.
Oh my
That is
You
too
have to
much. We
listen to
can't
me.
do that.
If we don't do this, it's the end of Island 2.
Eğer bunu yapmazsak biz ölürüz, biz kaybederiz diyor. Biraz canice oldu ama.
We can't fight. Let's just vote.
Aha! Fakirlere saldıracaklar mı yoksa yardım mı edecekler? Bakalım. Ben... Bence saldırmayı seçecek ya.
All in favor of sending aid to Island 1.
Çok güzel. Evet. Evet. Ve gün 4'e geçtik. Fakirler neredeyse 400 kişi kaldı. Zenginlerde hala çok adam var.
Meanwhile at West Helm, I ran into something interesting.
Our next song is called
Bu ne lan? Oo, zenginler keyfine bakıyor oğlum.
So you remember this guy?
Aa, var mı fakirler lan?
Well, he had joined a band that produced actual songs and then performed them all across Island 1.
Up there in Wasteland Island, a boiling water sea. Let's go. And no resources to speak of, except a water tree.
Let's go! Everyone loved the Island 1 band, including Emperor Spood, who found that the music bolstered the morale of his citizens. He believed that a happy citizen is a productive citizen.
Fakirler kendilerini bir şekilde mutlu ediyor arkadaşlar ya.
Even though Emperor Spood was a chaotic figure, West Helm itself was the opposite. It had an army, a storage system, and a hierarchy, from Emperor all the way down to citizen or plebeian. And of course, there was the Colosseum, which when finished, will play a major role in West Helm's justice system. That said, Emperor Spood was not happy when he heard that yesterday, Benji and the other leaders had been talking poorly about him.
Okay, we need a best representative.
Our final goal is to put Benji Button in here. No, that is a joke. That is a joke.
You don't want Benji to die, do you?
Well,
Yani ölse de ölmese de olur diyor.
Were concerned that Emperor Spood is unstable and may one day try to take over the entire island. And their concerns only grew when Spood was caught listening to Napoleon on Spotify. But they also knew that if Island 2 were to ever attack, they needed Spood on their side, so they didn't know what to do.
Island 1, well, here we are.
İşte bu! Burada mıyız çocuklar?
You're welcome. Glory to West Helm.
Şimdi zenginlere geldik herhalde.
Queen of Infernus had decided to begin building a massive castle for her people.
Oha!
A beautiful home base
Gökyüzünde kale yapıyorlar lan.
directly over the volcano.
Oha! Çok güzel yapmışlar yalnız.
Yesterday at the Island 1 meeting, a lot of leaders expressed worries about rumors that the volcano may erupt, and they talked about how they would each take different precautions. Everyone believed that the volcano was dangerous, except for Seneca, who had decided to take the opposite approach.
It's all just paranoia. If we really value the volcano, we need to have faith it won't erupt.
The main goal of Infernus as a civilization was to preserve the sacred land of the volcano. So what better way to show faith and demonstrate loyalty than to make your home right above it?
Mantıklı.
Lingolini
Yanardan atlaması için ona inanmanız lazım diyor. O yüzden evi onun üstüne kurmuşlar.
Cave under the ground, like a gold.
Luigi nerede? Yanardan altına kurmuşlar evi.
Rich, and having direct access to iron and gold was one reason for him.
Yani yanardan sonsuz güveniyorlar.
But it wasn't the main reason. Remember this interaction from day one?
Oh yeah, let me tell you a little secret. We found some nether.
Oh, really? Scattered throughout the volcano were
niye yanardan altına gidiyorlar? Netherite buldukları için. Bakın en değerli taş.
Island 2 had netherite. It was the single secret advantage that Island 1 had. And the only ones who knew about it were the Lingolini Mafia and Infernus.
Şu an bu sır olarak duruyor ama bakalım ileride olacak.
Desecrating what they consider to be sacred land, they made a deal with him. The Mafia can keep mining so long as they provide Infernus with some of the minerals they find. But Lingolini was unsatisfied. So
They want to use us. They want cheap labor. I'm not giving them anything.
Lingolini didn't like how Infernus
Luigi çok çakal birine benziyor.
to mine for them with nothing in return. So he secretly instructed everyone in the Mafia not to give Infernus anything.
Hiçbir şey vermeyecekler lan.
Hope was that Infernus never asked for those minerals and forgets about the deal entirely.
Oha, kesin bir anlaşmazlık çıkacak ama.
He would be in a lot of trouble.
Kesin bir şey çıkacak.
Despite this conflict, the rest of the Island 1 unification effort was going very well. Earlier today, Lingolini had decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance.
Vay, güzel.
There's so much for having me.
The Alcaracina pirates were also eager to join, and surprisingly, so was Nevermore.
Oha, herkes katıldı lan.
One holdout.
Evet, son bir kişi.
This mysterious civilization was called the Covenant, and it was ruled by a dictator named Turntap. How are you elected exactly? By vote of the people or the vote of yourself?
Elected? What's that?
Turntap wasn't sure about joining the Island 1 alliance because the people of the Covenant were generally skeptical of outsiders. They only took pride in their own nation, especially in their army, which was composed of really good PvPers who weren't above using torture to get their way. Are they drowning this guy?
He's gonna die.
Now, I felt a little bad for this player, so I threatened the Covenant.
Adamı boğuyorlar oğlum, nefessiz bırakıyorlar lan.
Reporting this to Sidefall News.
No, don't go to side.
So I went to the local news reporter. Sidefall, I have a story for you. I just caught the Covenant waterboarding one of their own people.
Oh. Well, I'm paid off by them, so I don't really care.
What?
It's free money.
You know what?
It's called a business for a reason. It's not for profit, okay?
Kimseye söylemiyorum, o yüzden bedava para alıyorum diyor.
He was also known for making up fake
Herkes
stories.
yolunda.
That said, earlier today he had made a legitimate discovery that could devastate the entire island. Island 1 had a lot of known dangers, from the lava layer to the boiling water to the powdered snow. But there was one last danger that nobody knew about until now.
Witcher'ı keşfettiler. Eyvah eyvah.
The people of
İşlere gittikçe karışmaya başlıyor.
spent the day building their civilizations and having a good time. Yesterday, their leaders had voted that whenever the border drops, Island 2 would send aid to Island 1, hoping this gesture would lead to peace. But not everyone agreed with this approach.
The end of Island 2.
When Flux returned home to Luminara, 3 Below Zero was furious at Flux for causing chaos at the meeting and for going against Luminara's values. 3 Below Zero, as the leader of Luminara, was actually heavily in favor of sending aid to Island 1. The whole point of the Luminara Bridge was to make peace with Island 1, not to start a war. As a result, 3 Below Zero demoted Flux from his position as second in command.
Oho! Flux var ya, kesin çok sevilecek ve savaş başlatacak bence.
Citizen of Luminara.
Yeah, Flux has been gone all day. People here don't really like him anymore.
Flux and his crew had spent the day building a secret bunker under the ocean, a place for them to hide if Island 1 attacks. And then Flux
da kendi medeniyetini kurmuş denizin altına hem de.
Finished building his home.
Despite all the chaos, Sap still reached out to me after I was demoted.
Mr. Mediator, what a good friend.
Flux over here could be a little unpredictable, but he's my friend, and I know he genuinely wants the best.
Even though Flux was much more ambitious than Zaps, these two had become very good friends.
Harbiden çok iyi arkadaş oldular ha.
Yeah, I loved him.
But just as day 4 was about to come to a peaceful end, something happened that would change the course of Island 2 forever.
Ne oldu lan? Oha, lan GTA gibi. Oha! Ne olmuş abi bir dakika?
The leader of one of Island 2's largest civilizations was walking across Tricolor with her second in command, Seraphim.
Tamam. Lan! Vay hain! Niye böyle bir şey yaptı ki?
Seraphim! What are you doing?
What? No way.
Herkes şaşkınlık içinde oldu.
The second in command of Tricolor had just killed their own leader. And immediately, all of Island 2 went on lockdown. Everyone was confused about what caused this to happen. They killed Jofiel. Why? After Seraphim fled, Tricolor was in complete disarray.
That's our leader.
Back at Saps' place, Flux told Saps it might be a good idea for him to call an emergency meeting with all the leaders. So, for the sake of the island, Saps agreed to host a meeting tomorrow. But for now, he and many others headed to Tricolor to help them restore order.
Ve 5. güne geçiyoruz. 4. gün kötü bitti. Bakalım 5. günde neler olacak? O kim lan? Çok heyecanlı abi. Bu ne lan böyle? Fakirlerde 392 kişi, zenginlerde 468 kişi kalmış.
Wasn't the only place that would face tragedy.
Aha.
Oh, what? The leader of the Alcaracina Pirates, Noble Bucket, died very suddenly. Alright, they sent me the footage of what happened. Oh no.
Evet, o nasıl ölmüş? Lava düşerek ölmüş. Hayır.
Oh my god.
With world leaders dying left and right, the media had plenty to report on. The most trusted news company was from Elysium, called Daybreak Media.
We're #1 because we actually
Daybreak Media.
Unlike that bozo Sidefall.
And later into day 5, the news would get even crazier. For purposes of unity, the Covenant had finally decided to join the Blue Cross Alliance, thus successfully uniting the entirety of Island 1. But right away, the strength of this alliance would be tested.
Aha! Aha! Aksiyonlar başlıyor yavaş yavaş.
A citizen of Infernus had accidentally told someone outside of Infernus that there was netherite in the volcano. And this news spread all across the island.
Oğlum eyvah! Herkesin haberi olmuş lan.
This was a disaster for Infernus and the Lingualini Mafia, who had been trying to keep the existence of netherites to themselves. Immediately after hearing about the netherite, the Covenant sent a mining expedition into the volcano with
herkes netherite'ın yanına geliyor lan.
And lo and behold, they confirmed there was netherite.
Aha! Tamam, bunların arasında da bir sıkıntılar
Because the Covenant
çıkacak.
had a scary reputation and a ruthless army, Queen Seneca of Infernus felt it was in her best interest to allow the Covenants to mine. But when other nations like Westhelm started asking if they too could mine in the volcano, Seneca said no.
Sence dinlerler mi?
People are saying we're being selfish. They're the ones being selfish, trying to take our resources.
Listen, Island 2 is rich. We are not.
Fakirler arasında iyice bir kavga çıkmaya başlıyor.
Evening the playing field, but the volcano people are hogging it.
Before any fighting could break out, the Blue Cross quickly reached out to all the leaders and told them to put this issue on hold.
We're inviting everyone here tomorrow, so we can all talk this through peacefully.
Bence de. Aslında paylaşmaları lazım. Niye böyle yapıyorlar? Zaten
We
fakirsiniz.
cannot afford to have a war over some mineral.
Evet bak. Evet. Evet. Aynen öyle. Paylaşmanız lazım. Zenginleri yenmemiz lazım.
Island 2 was still processing the death of Jophiel.
Even though I was just a you know, you still made me feel important.
Saps would invite all the leaders for a meeting later so they could coordinate a hunt for Seraphim and discuss their plans for when the border inevitably drops. Now, after
Sınır katmanı olacak lan acaba
had
abi?
lost a lot of its power, which left the island with really one dominant nation, the Commonwealth. But remember from day 3 how the 5 Commonwealth leaders were in constant fights with each other?
It is ridiculous that Ahmed's vote is worth the same as mine.
Well, this all came to a head on day 5 when one of the leaders was caught
İç savaşlar devam
plotting to
ediyor.
take control of the entire Commonwealth. So another Commonwealth leader then paid an assassin to, well, oh my God!
Ne oluyor lan? Aa!
Wolfram's dead.
Ne oluyor oğlum?
After this, people from the Commonwealth lost even more faith in their governments. This Commonwealth citizen went to the Caste Coalition to complain to Caste directly.
I got information that there might be netherite on the other island. My leadership said, quote, netherite is useless.
Netherite is, of course, not useless.
Netherite işe yaramaz mı?
As the Commonwealth erupted, the Caste Coalition thrived. But they did have their own problems. Is this your employee?
Yes, he is.
That implies I get paid.
Is he not getting paid?
Skip out on work.
You hear this woman?
Earlier, What Daddy had ditched work to attend a party in Barbieland. So as punishment, his employers forced him to risk his life and chop down one of the tallest trees in the Caste Coalition.
Whoa!
He's asking for help.
Yardım edin diyor.
Yell louder. I can't hear you. You're so far.
Yardım edin.
Get closer to the ground.
Oğlum adam ağaçtan atladı lan aşağı.
What the? Now, because of this recent tragedy, Cass decided to stay home from Saps' meeting. That said, every other major leader was now on their way.
Evet, toplantıya geliyorlar bakalım.
As the leaders and representatives arrived, there was one person who would be notably absent, banned from attending the meeting. Before the meeting started, Flux called me to his underground bunker because he had something, quote, important to tell me. Flux, what are you gonna do?
Well, first, let me just explain. I'm not allowed to attend this meeting because the leaders of this island are utterly incompetent. They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us. And their response is, let's give Island 1 more gear. It's completely brainless, and it's going to result in all of our people dying.
Flux kendi medeniyetini kuruyordu direkt ya.
I had a plan, but nobody
Plan var
listened. They all
ama
voted
kimse
against
dinlemedi.
it. Look, we can still save this island, but the current leadership has to go.
Hayır. Onu da öldüreceğiz değil mi?
Queen has to go.
Yani?
Has to go.
Yani?
And I'm done waiting. It's gonna happen today.
Evet, 5. gün artık başlıyor olaylar yavaş yavaş. Buraya baskın atacaklar galiba.
Thank you all for coming. We have a lot of very important stuff to talk about.
You know, During the first meeting, there was one person there who actually understood what I was saying. Seraphim reached out to me, asked me if they could help in any way. I told Seraphim to kill Jofiel. And today, we will finish the job.
Oh, burayı da bastı. Eyvah!
Wait, so Seraphim gets there.
Geldi bir oğlum, gizlice giriyor.
Something I didn't want to do, but something that needs to be done. I'm going to save this island by any means necessary.
I would like to bring it to the table.
Oh, geldi.
If you agree with full chaos on Seraphim, please say aye.
Aye. Are you sure this is gonna work?
I don't know, but we have no other choice.
Alright, so I have something to say. Is there a possibility, any possibility, that the assassination of Wolfram and the assassination of Jofiel by Seraphim is any way connected? Is there a conspiracy going on right now? Do we think that's a thing? Are leaders safe?
I have reason to believe that.
Flux, do you feel any guilt doing all this?
Well, part of me feels bad for Saps.
I also don't think the leaders are safe.
What do you mean you feel bad for Saps?
He has no idea what's about to happen to him. But if you had to betray one person to save 1,000, would you?
Yani. Suikaste bak! Suikaste bak!
Why is there a trap? Is this all set up? Saps, where's Saps? Where did he go? Did Saps do this?
Oo, çok güzel bir plan hazırlamışlar. Şu an bunu suçlu durumuna düşürdü herkesin gözünün önünde. Ve herkes bunu öldürmeye çalışıyor burada. Maalesef kaçmak zorunda. Harika bir plandı oğlum. Ve tek başına. O 6. gün. Aha bakın zenginler de yavaş yavaş ölmeye başladı. Harikaydı. Harikaydı 5. gün.
It was a new day, and Island 2 was in shock. On day 4, when Saps was in Tricolor helping the people after the death of Jofiel, Flux and his crew had built a trap in his
Harikaydı. Tuzak efsaneydi.
did not know they had done this. He had been framed by his friend Flux, used as a scapegoat for Flux's plan. But because they had to rush to build the trap, it actually wasn't fully successful. Some of the dripstone, including the one after 3 Below Zero, had failed. But overall, the trap still killed the leader of Aperion, Alkaline Alk, a leader of the Commonwealth, Coraline, and 4 other very high-ranking officials from across the island.
Oha, bayağı kişi de ölmüş ama lan bir anda.
Island 2 were devastated, confused, and
şimdi bunlar kime güvenecek?
Our leader's dead.
What just happened? After the trap went off, Seraphim was immediately caught and killed.
Hayır!
But when more people found out about how exactly their leaders died,
Seraphim öldü
their
lan!
anger wasn't really towards Seraphim, but toward the person they believed was behind it all, Saps.
Yanlış kişi şu anda düşman oldular.
He'd be hosting leaders at his home. It was his roof that had a secret trap. A trap that happened to fit perfectly into the design of the roof. Saps was about as guilty as it was possible
Yani
to
evet,
be.
mantıken insanlar onu suçlardı yani. Bilerek yaptın, bizi buraya bilerek çağırdın diye.
Nations, from the Commonwealth to the Cast Coalition to Tricolor to Luminara, declared Saps to be hunted down and killed, while Flux got away with it all.
Flux çok zeki. Ben Flux seviyorum arkadaşlar. Biraz hain de olsa benim şu an favori karakterim Flux. Çok zeki. Çok zeki.
And on top of all of this, at the beginning of day 6, it was announced that tomorrow, on day 7, the
7. gün.
Between the two islands will finally.
Yoksa kalkacak. Ooo, yarın aradaki sınır kalkıyor ve köprüyü devam ettirecekler.
Now have one day to prepare.
Son bir gün, son bir gün. Yarın o sınır kalkıyor arkadaşlar. Acayip heyecanlıyım. Of oğlum, çok heyecanlı lan. Ne olur bir an önce 7. gün olsun, ne olur.
Now, when the people of Island 1 saw the chaos happening on the other island, most just didn't really care about it. A lot of the hatred against Island 2 that was
fakirlerin umurunda değil.
had faded away. That is, except for this player named Oppenheimer, who was determined to take out Barbie Land because in 2023, the Barbie movie had outsold the Oppenheimer movie.
Ne alakalı?
A nuclear rocket that will make yesterday's chaos look like child's play.
But when Oppenheimer tried testing his nuke, it went up, and up, and up, and was never seen again.
Ne yaptılar ben anlamadım lan. Roket ne alaka?
Some of the civilizations. For example, at Nevermore. What is this? What are you doing up here?
I got it because they hate me.
No! Aga be.
What about me?
Lan! Oh, bir kişi daha yazıyor. Başkan mı ölmüş lan?
What? I didn't do anything. I blame Ish. Meanwhile, at Elysium.
I hate being a leader. Everyone here is so stubborn.
Benji was having trouble getting laws passed because his people kept opposing any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle. The people of Elysium were generally skeptical of government officials, sometimes even holding trials against them. Although this particular trial did not go to plan.
Guys, somebody stole Gerald. The mushroom cow Gerald has been stolen.
Oo, aga, büyük savaş çıkar. İneği nasıl çalarsınız oğlum siz? Kim çaldı lan acaba?
There was a bit of a food problem going on. Not a shortage,
Aha.
a feud. See, Remy the Rat had opened up a new restaurant right across from the Coliseum, but the food was questionable.
Poison fatal?
So his customers had instead started buying their food from another player named Dinosaur. That is, until...
Oh my god,
Dino.
Aa, biri zehirlenerek öldü mü lan yoksa?
What is he?
Ne yapıyor lan abi o?
Permanently closed, all food is now at...
Aga be, kalıcı olarak kapatılmış.
Are you behind the murder of Dinosaur? Anyway, on day 6, the West Helm Coliseum was finally complete.
Aa, bak savaş yeri de tamamlanmış. Son taşı da koydular.
I'm using this arena for.
Dövüşmek için mi?
Oh.
No?
Maybe a little bit of blood will be shed. That's all I can say.
Evet. Tamam. Anladım ben, anladım.
He had also developed a
Hadi 7. gün gelsin, ne olur
a
artık.
little unstable. He said outlandish things. He can't stand meetings, and his justice system wasn't by courthouse but by combat. This is something Spood's first attempted assassin, Ramsayer, tried to prevent. It's why he tried to kill Spood, and he wouldn't be the only one.
Aha, gece oldu.
There's been a small but coordinated secret revolution growing in West Helm, with aims to overthrow and murder Spood. The two leading figures are West Helm citizen Ramsey-Pi and West Helm's head builder, Knight Arcturus.
You know, I helped design his Coliseum, not knowing Spood actually wanted to use it for bloodshed. He's insane.
The first part of their plan was to take out Spood's second in command, a player named Oo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Mom?
Second in command down. But Ramsey-Pi was immediately chased down by West Helm's army.
You could have made something happen, man.
Oh. Oh! With Ramsey-Pi dead, Knight Arcturus became the sole leader of the revolution. But he also knew it was only a matter of time before Spood finds out about his plans.
I want to make one thing clear. Anybody who is caught plotting against me will be executed in the name of West Helm. Glory to West Helm.
Oo, idam getirdiler lan. 7. gün. 7. gün gelsin artık, ne olur.
Now, before the border drops, the Island 1 leaders all met to discuss what to do about the
bakalım Netherite'da ne yapacaklar? Onu görelim şimdi.
Going into the meeting, people were not happy with Infernus and the Linguini Mafia, who were believed to be keeping Netherite to themselves.
Please keep all your weapons holstered at all times unless you absolutely have to take them.
The meeting began with Westhelm's representative and Spoot's newly appointed second-in-command, Spider.
We asked if you had netherite, and you lied. You said there was no netherite, that you had looked in it, and that you hadn't found any.
Because people were immediately starting to gang up on Infernus, Benji from Elysium tried to keep the peace.
Why is it Infernus's job to report on the netherite? There were people literally going into their territory, mine without authorization, and then accuse them of doing something wrong.
After some more discussion, Infernus was asked the big question.
Will you open up rights to mining underneath the volcano?
Eyvah. Bence vermesi lazım.
It is still our land. It is still the place where we live. And of course, trade, things like trade are important, but in terms of opening up the volcano, it is an adamant no.
Netherite'ları paylaşmayacaklar.
Now, Linguini, Seneca's biggest ally, was about to speak, but what he ended up saying was unexpected.
We have to humbly disagree with Infernus of not allowing anyone else to mine in the volcano. This is Island 1. We're all struggling against the nature and everything like that. Shouldn't we all be allowed to mine wherever we please?
No way.
Let's go.
Yes. Hell yes. Preach.
Soon, people started offering deals to Infernus.
I believe we'd be open to give you resources since it is your land.
But Seneca still said no.
The volcano is still our sacred land. We don't want hundreds of people there mining and ravaging it.
As a result, Linguini went even further.
On the day one, Mario was here first on the volcano, and we're able to mine there, but it's not fair that no one else can mine. While your queen is over there with the diamond boots, some people don't even have any armor.
Eventually, people started using scare tactics.
That volcano is insanely active right now. It will most likely erupt within the next 2 days.
I doubt it. I
doubt
it. That's
discussion, Westhelm made a final plea.
We have a representative from every single nation on his
Bu arada her
island.
milletten bir temsilcimiz var. Burada hepimiz birleşme fırsatınız var.
You have an opportunity
ya da
to totally destroy that unitedness.
Aga bir netherite vermiyorlar diye bakın durumlar nerelere geldi.
For now, it's a no.
So, Linguini made a big announcement.
Mario has a large chunk of territory in the volcano. The Linguini family declares independence from Infernus, and we will open mining to anybody who wants to mine.
Seneca's leaving? Seneca had left the meeting, furious at Linguini's betrayal.
Luigi Messi ihanet eder demiştim, ona pek güvenilmez demiştim. Aha 7. gün geldi galiba. Değil mi? Lan artık 7. gün olsun ne olur ya. Çok heyecanlıyım oğlum. Bizim Seps burada.
Every leader in front of me just died.
And you had nothing to do with it.
It wasn't me.
Evet, herkes bunu suçluyor şu anda.
Following yesterday's trap, Saps was on the run, as he was now the most wanted and notorious criminal on Island 2.
Eyvah.
Rude. What am I supposed to do?
He had no choice but to hide amongst the dense jungles and swamps of the southern island.
Tek başına kaldı
the longer he hid, the more guilty he looked. So earlier, he had decided that he would turn himself in under the condition that he is given a fair trial. Flux, meanwhile, was satisfied with the success of his plan, but it wasn't over quite yet.
Flux,
two leaders left to kill. Call me Cass, and of course, the guy who demoted me.
And because Seraphim was dead, Flux sent another member of his crew to take care of the job. Oh no. Oh no.
Lan! Lan!
There we go.
Hemen öldürdü. Ne ara öldürdü?
To the world, this looked like yet another senseless assassination. But to Flux, it was a strategic progression toward making the people of Island 2 paranoid. So paranoid that they wouldn't trust anybody,
Flux çok zeki bakın.
not Island 1. In fact, the new leadership of Tricolor was already preparing for Island 1 to invade.
I think we should secure our nation, make sure we have plans when inevitable war and fighting starts.
Sending aid to Island 1 was officially off the table, and the construction of the Luminara Bridge had come to a stop. After all these days, Flux's plan was finally working.
Oh, Flux! Flux çok zeki.
The Cass Coalition, meanwhile, hosted a diplomatic meeting on Day 6 to try and increase the morale of Island 2 before the border drops, although Cass herself was too scared to attend the meeting.
And I want to enter, but my members are telling me not to because there was an attempt on my life yesterday.
Right. Because Cass was one of the last remaining major leaders on Island 2, she now had guards with her at all times.
Here, I'll trade you armor.
Why?
I want to make sure you guys do not die. Please don't die.
That said, everyone would soon be tuning into the trial of Saparata to find out whether Saps will be freed or executed. Several nations argued over who would get to host the trial, but the Commonwealth ended up winning.
We've made this beautiful venue to show the world that the Commonwealth is still the strongest.
7. gün.
But first...
7. gün gelsin artık ne olur ama önce bir müzik. Aha. Bu Wither mıydı? Wither'dı galiba. Ben orada yanlışlıkla Witcher dedim lan. Oha! Wither'la kapışıyor lan. Oğlum Wither'a bakın nasıl takip ediyor. Wither'la nasıl başlayacak çıktılar acaba ya? Hayır!
Rising lava? So remember that discovery that Sidefall made? Well, it was a warden, also known as the most dangerous creature in all of
Minecraft'ın en tehlikeli yaratığı.
Renamed the warden to Rising Lava, so that when he was accidentally killed by it, the entirety of Island 1 went into a panic. The lava is not rising, but this is just as dangerous.
Sanki yanına patlamış gibi gösterdiler. Oha lan. Bir de serbest kaldı, eyvah! Eyvah! Köye böyle her yere saldırıyor lan.
The warden had been unleashed onto Island 1.
Warden pardon oğlum Warden ismi. Ben de bütün her şeyi saydım ya.
Oh my god. Dude, how is anyone gonna stop this? Until eventually it got to West.
Nasıl durduracaklar abi? Aha yanardım. Eyvah yanarlar tetiklemesin mi şimdi?
Ready.
Ready? Go! Ateş! Durdurabilecekler mi lan abi? Aha! Durdurabilirlerse helal olsun valla. Hadi, hadi, hadi.
Oh my gosh.
Oha oğlum. Ölmüyor lan. Tam öldü zannettim. Ölmek üzere galiba. Oha oğlum ölmüyor lan.
Welcome to West Helm.
Lan evin içine girdi. Ne yapıyor lan o? Köşeye sıkıştırdılar. Ölecek mi? Öldü. Warden öldü. Oğlum bu adamı kahraman ilan ederler lan. Evet, 7. gün geldi artık bence. Hadi artık ya, çok heyecanlıyım ya. Saps ne yapacak acaba?
Is accused of 7 counts of murder,
mahkeme görülüyor.
Including the murder of Joe Field, the murder of Alkaline Elk, and the murder of our very own Coraline.
Oha, 7 kişi öldürmüş olarak gözüküyor şu anda.
Followed by the defense, and then I shall make my ruling.
Çok heyecanlı. Şu an herkes bir anda üstüne çullanıp onu öldürebilir.
Your Honor, Saps constructed a meeting hall which contained the deadly trap, pointed at everybody but himself. As a prelude for the meeting, he had his accomplice, Seraphim, assassinate his leader before running to the trigger, ready to pull the trap. He then fled the scene after the trap went off, just long enough after faking his surprise. He is not only a cold-blooded murderer, but a terrorist.
The prosecution then called a survivor of the trap, Zekor, to the stand.
We know after investigating that only one seat had no trap. Can you identify who was sitting in that seat?
It was Sapra.
Tabii ki, evet.
And who built the meeting hall with that seat?
Geldi açıkla şimdi.
You killed our leaders.
Eyvah!
Destroyed our island. May your death today satisfy us all.
Then it was time for the defense, for Saps to give the most important speech of his life.
Bakalım ne diyecek.
All I ever wanted for this island was peace and cooperation between the nations. The loss at the meeting yesterday was extremely devastating and came out of nowhere. But I can tell you right now, I'm innocent. It wasn't me. The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area.
He's gonna expose them.
And we're the only people who knew about the area before the leadership meeting. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200.
What?
Five rotation, Snowbird 334, and their ringleader, Fluxion.
Çok iyi bir tespit
When I
yaptı.
left to gather the leaders for the meeting, they must have snuck into the roof of the meeting to make the trap. The people who I thought I can trust the most used me for their malicious intent and killed the leaders and blamed it on me.
Evet, helal olsun.
And framed by his friend Flux, but he would end up making a critical mistake.
I find it rather interesting that Three Below, the leader of Luminara, is one of the only people who survived the trap. I find that rather interesting.
What about it?
The trap too.
Well,
Saps falsely assumed that 3 Below Zero, the beloved leader of Luminara, was also behind the murders. And with that mistake, Saps turned everyone against him.
Saps, is that all you have to say?
I guess.
Bu öylesin ya.
I'm ready to make my decision.
Aha.
Judge Timebomb, find Saparata.
Ölmesin.
Guilty on all counts.
Yes.
Saps is to be taken to the top of the gauntlet and executed.
Hayır! Hayır, hayır, hayır, hayır, hayır. İdam edecek. Flux yüzünden masum biri ölecek. Oradan aşağı mı atılacak lan? Hayır. O ne lan? Ne oluyor? Kaçıyor lan.
Fall damage.
Abi çok heyecanlı. Herkes onu öldürmeye çalışıyor. Kaçtı galiba. Evet. Kaçmayı başardı yine. Sinirden, öfkeden var ya deliye döndüler şu anda. Abi çok üzücü. Yapmadığı halde yapmış gibi gözüküyor ama bu durumdan nasıl kurtulacak acaba? Çok merak ediyorum. Ya da kurtulabilecek mi? 7. gün mü? Ve sonunda 7. gün geldi. Şu an fakirlerde 370, zenginlerde 442 kişi kalmış. Ve oha herkes sınır çizgisinin önünde bekliyor oğlum.
Shouldn't it be dropping soon?
Yeah, I think so.
Evet. Sınır bir anda kalktı. Sınır bir anda kalktı. Bakalım neler göreceğiz.
Which means the border had officially dropped. At first, people were kind of in awe.
Whoa, this is beautiful.
Going from one island to another after all this time was a major culture shock.
Is this Island 1? Whoa.
And as expected, Island 1 people immediately started taking resources from Island 2.
Şok oldu zengin anasını görünce.
But the flow of resources wasn't all in one direction.
Probably gonna take some gravel back to Island 2. We don't have a lot of it.
Still, as people from the two islands started meeting for the first time, they were surprisingly friendly to each other. Like these two who made a tunnel connecting the islands from underground.
This is amazing!
Oha!
We've linked Island 1 and Island 2.
Tünel yaparken birbirleriyle karşılaşmışlar lan.
Island 2 feared an invasion by Island 1. But on day 7, that fear completely disappeared.
Vay! Umarım böyle devam eder ya.
Island 1 had no interest in war.
Helal olsun lan.
They were just happy that they could finally enjoy Island 2 for themselves.
The water isn't boiling.
That said, at the beginning of day 7, Lingolini made a big decision.
Aha! Kim bilir ne karar aldı var ya.
He decided to move out of the volcano and relocate his entire mafia to Island 2.
See, this is much more organized than Island 1.
After yesterday's netherite meeting, which complicated, Lingolini had legitimate fears that Infernus might seek revenge against him. So, hoping to live a peaceful life, Lingolini went far away and settled in the Caste Coalition.
Netherite'ı paylaşmadı diye ona saldırıdan korktu ve zenginlerin adasına taşındı.
We might do some rebranding over here.
Are you guys like violent?
We weren't violent much, but we have some political talk that has not been taken well, which is the reason why we're here.
Sensing potential danger, Cass decided it was best for Lingolini to set up his home outside the Caste Coalition.
Güzel abi, ne güzel anlaşıyorlar şu anda.
Was now bigger than ever before. On day 7, Cass hosted a funeral for the deceased Wood Daddy, and over 100 people across both islands showed up.
We are gathered here today in the cherished memory of Wood Daddy, a beacon of kindness in our community.
While Cass's influence grew, the Commonwealth was in shambles. Sap's trial yesterday was a disaster for the Commonwealth. Island 2 had entrusted the Commonwealth to run the trial of Saps. So when Saps escaped his execution, people lost all faith in the Commonwealth, which at one point was the most powerful civilization in the world. On day 7, most of the Commonwealth leaders resigned, leaving just one player, Sitzkrieg, as the sole ruler of the Commonwealth.
We're actively searching for Saps right now. We will restore honor to the Commonwealth.
One of Sitzkrieg's biggest goals was to find and kill Saps, but his other big goal was to regrow the Commonwealth's population, which by this point had shrunk by a lot. So he sent out a lot of public invites, especially to the people of Island 1, and it actually did work until... One of the people who moved in was Knight Arcturus, the lead builder of Westhelm, who had to flee from Westhelm because Spood had found out about his secret plans for revolution.
Yeah, the Commonwealth is letting us hide out here. As long as Spood doesn't find us, we should be okay.
Speaking of fugitives, the world's biggest fugitive, Saps, was back to hiding in the jungle after miraculously escaping from his trial, although his spirits were quickly fading.
Bu da fakirlerin adasına kaçsın o zaman.
I just don't know what to do anymore.
Aga be.
Saps knew that Sitzkrieg and the Commonwealth soon planned to scout the entire southern islands to hunt him down. So on day 7, Saps decided that his best bet was to leave his home island and flee to Island 1.
Tam olarak benim dediğimi yapıyor. Aynen öyle. Aynen öyle. Bu adayı terk etmen lazım.
Be so easy.
Niye lan?
Because the border had just dropped, people were constantly going back and forth between the two islands,
sürekli
which
git gel
means
yapıyor.
traveling by sea
Evet.
could be dangerous.
Doğru bir zamanda kimse yokken gitmeli.
Saps decided on another method of travel.
Aha.
He
Denizin
went to the
altında.
place where he was least expected.
Oo, köprüden gidecek.
He's trying to use the bridge.
Gizli gizli gitmeye çalışıyor bir de.
No way.
Oha! Ya oğlum, ne oldu lan yakalanmadan ki? Aa gördüler. Aha.
What the heck?
Aha.
What are you doing, bro?
Kaçtı.
Island 1.
Now, instead of chasing Saps, the Luminara builders instead retreated to inform everyone else that Saps was on his way to Island 1. Saps quickly sailed the rest of the way to the island. Although what happened next was unexpected.
Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
Aha.
Scared the crap out of me. Am I allowed to touch this water? Yeah, right.
Yeah, you know, it's good here. On the south side of the island, it's safe.
Yeni arkadaşlar galiba.
Earlier, Saps had reached out to a bunch of people on Island 1, offering them 2 stacks of diamonds if they give him a safe place to hide. And out of all people to accept his offer, it was Turntap, the leader of the Covenant, the most feared and militaristic civilization on Island 1.
How was the trip?
I ran across the giant bridge that Luminara is building, and like all of Luminara was there.
When Saps and Turntap finally arrived at the Covenant, Turntap immediately distributed Saps' diamonds to the Covenant army. But then, in a surprising move, he sent them out on a secret mission. Turntap had sent the Covenant hit squad to Island 2, but not to accomplish a goal for the Covenant per se, but actually upon the request of Infernus.
Lingualini betrayed us, humiliated us. He ruined our sacred land.
Yesterday, Lingualini had opened up the volcano for netherite mining, and as such, people from all across Island 1 had started mining in the volcano. And even though Lingualini had now moved out of the volcano, Sinica felt that since people were already mining, she had no choice but to let them stay. She was not happy about what Lingualini had done, and Sinica wanted revenge. Mafia.
Another one down, baby!
Sinica var ya, Luigi'nin içinden geçecek.
Now, the reason the Covenant was willing to do Sinica's bidding wasn't just because she let them mine for netherite before anyone else. Because as a civilization that values honor and loyalty, the Covenant didn't appreciate how Lingualini so publicly betrayed Infernus. They found him.
Hey, you ever thought about diplomacy?
We could have had Island 1 at peace and world peace, and we still can, really.
Oh, here they go.
But over my grave, he will not be a part of it.
Oh, they've got him. They've got him.
Lan! Lan Luigi ölecek mi?
Mamma mia!
Mamma mia! Hayır! Hayır! Luigi öldü! Hayır, hayır, hayır!
Had massacred the Lingualini Mafia. Before anyone could retaliate, the Blue Cross announced they would schedule a hearing, calling on the Covenant to explain what they had done.
En sevdiklerimden biri Luigi öldü ya. Abi nasıl? Aha Flux geldi. Eyvah.
Yeah, got it from Island 1.
Oha!
Earlier today, Flux and his crew had gotten their hands on a super rare armor trim by trading with the Covenant, who had picked up the armor trim from the Warden when it died. Now, of course, Flux had no idea that the Covenant was also trading with and harboring his arch nemesis, Saps. But he did know one thing.
Flux benim favorim. Arkadaşlar sizin favoriniz hangisi var? Yorumlara yazsanıza. Çok merak
Flux was now
ettim.
determined to have Saps killed because Saps was the only other person in the world who knew that Flux was behind the murders of all the Island 2 leaders. Basically, if Saps dies, Flux gets away with
Abi Saps her türlü ölecek ama
The sooner
ya.
Saps dies, the better because of incidents like yesterday.
That includes the prosecution himself and their ringleader.
Saps'ın ölmesini istemem abi ya. Hayır ya.
Fortunately for Flux, it didn't seem like anyone at the trial believed Saps. If anything, Saps' accusation only made people
Flux harbi çok şanslı.
especially
Flux
the people of
pardon.
Luminara, who weren't happy that Saps accused some of their fellow citizens. What do you want to do to Saps?
Kill.
Onu öldüreceğiz diyorlar.
We have speculation of where he is.
After the murder of their beloved leader 3 Below Zero, Luminara soon planned to host an election, and the current frontrunner was a player named Legacy.
Me and my parrot, we've just been going around to different houses, knocking on doors. I think we're gonna win this thing.
For a moment, Flux also considered a run for leader, although he had basically already accomplished everything he wanted to do.
Look, no matter what people say, Island 1 was planning to invade us. They would have just walked right ahead. But now that we have stronger leaders, more cautious leaders, they're not gonna do that. We have world peace. And not because of a bridge, but because of me.
Vay. Flux nereye gidiyor abi?
Since the beginning, Flux's philosophy was simple. You can never show kindness to your enemy if your enemy wishes to destroy you.
Ama belki yok etmeyeceklerdi Flux. Nereden biliyor?
They'll use it to invade you. If you offer them aid, they'll use it to kill you.
Yani Flux da mantıklı düşüyor ama ya öyle olmazsa o zaman ne olacak?
Who wished to be kind. But the cost of their deaths was devastating. The people of Tricolor still mourned Jofiel, building a massive statue to honor their deceased leader.
We've just been trying to focus on restabilizing our nation. Obviously, the passing of Jofiel hit us pretty hard.
Meanwhile, the people of Aperion had elected a new leader, but Aperion was never quite the same after the death of Alkaline. The people of the Commonwealth were also in shambles, having a much smaller civilization than they started with. And even though there was some peace on Island 2, people didn't feel a sense of calm, but instead a sense of unease and revenge. They needed closure, and they were determined to kill the person who they believed murdered the leaders they loved. Saps knew that it was only a matter of time before someone hunts him down, or someone in the Covenant betrays him to collect the massive bounty on his head. So Saps made a last-ditch effort to try and get a strong ally for his cause. He asked Turntap to take him to the largest nation on Island 1.
Oha. Turntap'a da helal olsun ama. Aa yoksa burada kapışacak mı lan Saps?
But on their way to the West Helm Capitol building, they ran into a citizen of Aperion from Island 2 who recognized Saps.
Aha.
Oh, hey.
Is there a problem here?
Neutral ground, neutral ground.
Uh-oh.
Skating on West Helm territory.
Hayır.
Okay, okay. We will walk by in peace.
Good call.
Saps and his crew then entered the capital.
Hello.
Can I speak to the glorious leader of West Helm, please?
Yeah, I'll go grab him.
Aha.
Hello. The Covenant leaders brought me. Can we have a meeting?
I'm not gonna lie, Saps. You coming to me asking for a meeting after what happened last time, even if it wasn't to do with you.
Listen, I just want to talk.
What about what?
At least explain, because I'm innocent.
Saps, I'm sorry. No.
Ultimately, Spood rejected Saps' request for a meeting because Spood didn't exactly trust him and had no real reason to help him. So instead, Saps tried another civilization, the Alcaracina Pirates.
Oha ama Saps'ın yani ben olsam ben de inanmazdım yani. Çok kötü oldu Saps için gerçekten.
Things felt a little off.
Flux çok zekice davrandı.
Drop all your gear.
Well, about that. Wherever you think is the safer option. At the end of the day, I don't want any of you guys to get for something.
Sapsa pusu mu kurdular lan yoksa?
But then, suddenly.
Need to leave?
What? Yeah.
Kaç diyor lan?
Where's he going? Turntap had realized that the pirates were planning to kill Saps to collect the massive bounty on his head. So he told Saps to run.
What's going on?
1 sec, you gotta go back to Covenant like immediately. We probably shouldn't have come out here.
Turntap'a helal olsun
the
lan.
Covenants, Turntap suddenly started acting suspicious himself.
Yoksa Turntap ihanet mi edecek lan?
What's going on?
We need to go back to Covenant right now.
Eyvah!
You need to tell me what's going on, or I'm not coming.
Eyvah!
Dude, either like you can handle this on your own, or like just. Here, I'll explain to you on a sec. Just come on.
Listen, it's hard to trust people right now, so.
Kesin ihanet edecek.
This is so suspicious. As Saps ran, he pondered his choices. Either he puts his life in the hands of Turntap, who may be wanting to kill him and collect the bounty for himself. He runs away. Now.
Kaçmayı tercih etti. Ona güvenmedi. Siz olsanız ne yapardınız da? Abi ben de bilmiyorum. Ya beni öldürse?
Saps then climbed the mountains of Island 1, escaping from the last remaining person he thought he could
Abi
trust.
Saps, oğlum ağlayacağım. Saps'a çok üzüldüm ya.
Alone in a world
Artık
of
yalnız.
who hated him and wanted him dead.
Yapayalnız hem de tek başına.
And so he ventured into the snow. And started collecting blocks. Saps, what are you doing?
I can't trust anybody.
O kim lan?
Flux won. He completely won.
O da kabullendi lan.
On day 7, Saps built a tower in the tundra, a monument for people to remember him by.
Oğlum yoksa.
To jump off.
Hayır. Hayır. Hayır. Hayır Saps.
But he didn't.
Abi.
If I have to die,
eğer ölürsem,
make sure he does too.
benle beraber Flux'u öldüreceğim diyor. Abi çok duygusal. Vallahi ağlayacağım. Ve 8. gün fakirlerde 350, zenginlerde 430 kişi kalmış. Abi abi Saps'a çok üzüldüm ya. Oğlum Saps'a Flux burada vs atmasınlar şimdi. Oy! Hadi bakalım. Ha şu an suç işlemişleri kapıştıracaklar burada. Evet tamam anladım. O zaman Flux'la Saps'ı da görürüz lan burada. Oho, o kısmı çok merak ediyorum. Bunlar önemli değil ha. Bunların kimi kazanması önemli değil. Lan millet niye daldı lan o arenaya? Çok da bir şey anlamadım. Millet niye daldı oğlum anlamadım lan.
In the Colosseum. And all of his crimes, including the murder of dinosaurs, were expunged from his record by Emperor Spoon himself.
Oha, kazandı diye suçları da mı silindi?
His restaurant became more popular than ever before.
He put his head on the floor.
Now, it's been a busy few days.
Restoranın yerine de adamın öldürdüğü adamın kafasını koymuş.
Have you seen our aqueducts? Show me your aqueducts, Spoon.
Look at it behind you! Look at it!
What's the use of this?
I don't really know. What is the point of anything? We just build. We have too many builders, not enough ideas.
Now, while Spoon was an effective leader, he did have to constantly watch his back for assassins.
You know, I've thwarted like 5 assassination attempts, and guess what? I've just found out about another.
No way. Spoon's entire reign began with him almost being killed, so he was always extra careful and sensitive about where he went and who he associated with. It's also why Spoon was particularly angry when he found out that one of the people who planned to kill him was his own lead builder, Knight Arcturus.
According to some of my sources, Knight Arcturus was seen in the Commonwealth earlier today.
Really? Spoon had sent spies across the world to find Knight Arcturus, and when they discovered he was staying at the Commonwealth, Spoon immediately reached out to Sitzkrieg to request he be handed back to Westhelm. However, given that the Commonwealth was low on citizens and needed good builders, Sitzkrieg decided to reject Spoon's request.
I'm not just going to give up one of my builders. The Commonwealth does not give in to tyrants.
This made Spoon erupt with fury.
Oh, I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows the Commonwealth is corrupt. They stepped that talk.
Ne oluyor lan? Sakin, sakin.
And so Spoon went around telling everyone about how much he hates the Commonwealth. This whole situation situation became a massive drama, and it actually got to the point where the rest of Island 2 was getting annoyed with the Commonwealth.
I don't get why the Commonwealth doesn't just hand him over. We don't need a war with West Helm.
Unlike the Commonwealth, Cass had a big population and she didn't care about losing citizens who were troublemakers. For example, earlier, one of her citizens, Addison27, had gone to Tricolor, dug into Jofield's grave, and had stolen Jofield's
Hey Cass, I brought you a trophy.
But instead of protecting him, Cass immediately banished Addison from the Cass Coalition and alerted Tricolor at his location, causing Addison to flee Island 2. It was this kind of no-nonsense leadership that earned Cass a lot of respect from not only her citizens, but other Island 2 nations who were now much more willing to ally with Cass than with the Commonwealth. The very existence of the Cass Coalition also provided a sense of security to smaller groups, like this new nation who were mostly cheese merchants and called themselves the Conquistadors.
This is the way of cheese, but el queso!
Since the border dropped yesterday, the economies of most Island 2 nations were prospering, with heavy amounts of trade and tourism between islands. Meanwhile, in Barbieland...
Ish. I have news.
What?
I'm marrying Oppenheimer.
Oh, Barbie de Oppenheimer ile evleniyor.
The player Oppenheimer had marched into Barbieland, but instead of destroying it with a nuke, he apparently liked it so much that he proposed to their leader.
Ish, consider this your invitation to the Barbenheimer wedding.
Thank you. In Luminara, meanwhile, the citizens were inventing new technologies.
This is the
Technologia!
16 furnaces
Technologia!
simultaneously, and it has a bunch of hopper minecarts distributing everything.
As much as Luminara was finally starting to live up to its name as the light of Island 2, little did its citizens know among them was quietly living the world's most deadly group of terrorists.
I'm thinking of running in the election. Legacy's pretty popular, but I'm not worried.
While it seemed like each of the Island 2 nations had their own separate goals, they were all still united under one mission: to find and kill.
Eyvah, herkes sapsı oluyor oğlum.
By day 8, Luminara had told all of the other nations that Saps had fled to Island 1, and some nations were already preparing to send out hit squads later today.
Ben Saps'ın yerinde olsam çoktan ölmüştüm herhalde. Ben bu kadar saklanamazdım ya da kaçamazdım.
Currently dealing with a whole other political drama, the murder.
Abi bunlar ne yapıyor lan? Aa evet.
I cannot conceive how we are being this civil about this. They came in, they found him in the hole, they drowned him in lava.
This player, Vietnam, was one of the few remaining survivors in the Lingolini Mafia. Vietnam had escaped the Covenant's attack and wanted to get revenge against the Covenant, but was finding it surprisingly
Luigi'nin intikamını mı alacak?
See, while the Blue Cross condemned the Covenant, nobody was brave enough to declare war on them. People feared the Covenant and its army, which is why Seneca secretly asked them to do the deed instead of doing it herself. If people knew that she was behind the attack, she would be in big trouble. But for now, nobody would face any consequences for the massacre of the Lingolini Mafia.
Tamam. Niye ama? Luigi niye unutuluyor?
Going back to West Helm, on day 8, Emperor Spood was really only thinking about one thing: how to get revenge against Knight Arcturus. After the Commonwealth rejected Spood's extradition request, Spood's initial reaction was to begin preparing for war. But what made him think twice was his belief that the Commonwealth was a massive nation with probably a big army. Spood also knew that declaring war could risk the entirety of Island 2 coming to the Commonwealth's defense, and maybe launching a counterattack on West Helm. So, Spood decided to change strategies. He instead decided to try and bait the Commonwealth. See if he can make them angry enough to do something rash. Something bad enough that would allow Spood to then declare war and have everyone's support. And Spood knew exactly how to make the Commonwealth angry. He invited back to the West Helm capital the one person he knew the Commonwealth hated the most.
Can we make a deal? We're running out of time.
Baba geldi! Baba geldi!
Saps is back. And Turntap's here too for some reason.
Turntap da burada lan!
Because the Covenant had brought Saps to West Helm yesterday, Spood had specifically asked Turntap to protect Saps and escort him to West Helm once again. While Saps didn't fully trust Turntap, or Spood for that matter, he knew that a meeting with Spood was a massive opportunity, and it was worth the risk.
You can turn the sun away, paint the moon in
Baba geldi!
If we
toplantı yapacaklar.
Saps, you are the person that, to my knowledge, murdered all those people on Island 1.
Değildi abi, değildi. Hayır, değildi.
There is a person on Island 2 that is behind all of the assassinations and the corruption. His name is Flexion.
Emperor Spoon
İnandırması lazım kendini ama nasıl yapacak?
But he went along
Tabii
with it
ki,
for now.
tabii ki.
Well, it seems like we both have gripes with Island 2.
Spoon then proceeded to tell Saps and the Covenant about his feud with the Commonwealth and how he needed Island 1's support in case a war breaks out. There was just one problem. The Blue Cross Alliance was as good as dead. Infernus had basically left the Alliance after the last meeting, and the Covenant had stopped responding to the Blue Cross because of the Linguini situation. So Spoon decided to take things into his own hands and individually call the big 4 nations of Island 1 for a meeting. And he wanted Saps to be there so he could tell the leaders about corruption on Island 2. Now, because of Saps' reputation, Seneca and Benji were hesitant. But as long as the meeting was in a wide open area without a roof, they decided that they would go.
Binada değil de bu sefer bildirin apaçık bir yerde olsun dedi toplantı. Mantıklı. Aha.
The meeting, Spoon first had Saps tell his story.
I've been put on trial and sentenced to death for a crime I did not commit.
Spoon's goal with this meeting was to convince all the leaders that Island 2 was a threat to Island 1.
One of my right-hand men was murdered in cold blood by someone in association with the Commonwealth. It's one of the many injustices I've heard about on Island 2, and I want justice.
Then the half of the Covenant made his own statement.
A few days ago, Covenant was approached by Luminar to speak of a potential trade agreement. Legacy AN approached me in regards to Flexion, the guy who Saps is claiming killed everyone, which I do believe.
Whoa. Apparently, back when the Covenant traded armor trims with Flux, they had also done the same deal with Legacy. And Legacy had voiced concerns to Turtap about Flux's run for leader, including how Flux was demoted from second in command, and rumors that he's paying people diamonds to vote for him. This gave Saps and Spoon's stories a little more credibility, which was crucial for getting everyone on board with West Helm's military proposal, which was, if any nation from Island 2 attacks Island 1, then the entirety of Island 1 must strike back.
If all leaders are in agreement to this, please say aye.
Aye.
Vay, Saps'tan yana oluyorlar lan.
This is for us a problem.
Benji was hesitant to join any military alliance because Elysium was the nation of peace, and he knew that his people were opposed to any changes that threatened their peaceful lifestyle.
Council might not agree.
Do you believe if Saps was at the council meeting, would he potentially have the chance to convince them after telling his story?
I think he might.
As long as Saps agrees, it's up to you.
I mean, yeah.
Saps and a few of the others then walked to Elysium on a mission to reunite Island 1.
Vay, Saps da yerden ya. Babalar geldi.
I have been framed for the mass assassination of Island 2 leaders by Flexion and his conspirator. So many other people have died to the same tyranny and corruption that has been on Island 2. I'm just so lucky to be alive and share my story with you guys.
But as Saps spoke, the people of Elysium still had some doubts.
Against the corruption in Island 2, which is...
But who? What does that, what does that mean? That's vague.
What is the corruption?
Elysium wasn't convinced that potential corruption on another island was enough of a reason for Elysium to get involved. But then, suddenly...
A few days ago...
Ne oluyor?
What the... What is this? About 15 members of the West Helm army had inexplicably walked right through Elysium. They quickly left, but it certainly didn't help the tensions.
Ne alaka lan?
Nonetheless, the proceedings continued.
They're being rushed here to pressure us.
We're going to be deciding whether Elysium citizens would go to war. I think Elysium citizens need to have a say in that.
Yeah,
True.
After even more deliberation and after even more time passed...
Excuse me, you have to say something important. The
troop of people that came by. They are apparently the military from West Helm. We have reasonable suspicions to believe they are going to launch an invasion of Island 2 in the next like 5 minutes. I do not know.
Savaş başlıyor.
Emperor Spood had grown impatient. After Spider informed him that progress was stalling, Spood had decided to send a squadron of the West Helm army into the Commonwealth's territory to find and arrest Night Arcturus.
Hayda!
Oh boy, they're almost there, I think.
Aha! Mekanı bastılar lan!
Hello Ben. We are here
barışçıl bir şekilde gelmişler,
looking
tamam.
for a man by the name of Knight_Arcturus.
Alright. We don't have him.
We do not
Onlar da
know
bulamamış.
We have not seen him, nor have we heard.
Yalan söylüyor da olabilirler ama.
Where are they going?
Bu kadar mıydı lan harbi?
With their first plan failing, West Helm went to plan B.
Shield wall, shield wall.
What the?
What's happening, guys?
They're forming a shield wall. They're forming a shield wall outside.
Everyone leave. We're getting out of here.
Terk ediyorlar, kaçıyorlar.
Everyone bail.
Lan!
The West Helm squadron had successfully intimidated the Commonwealth leadership into fleeing their own nation. West Helm then went around searching every house.
Didik arıyorlar değil mi? Aynen, aynen.
But ultimately, Night Arcturus was nowhere to be
Kim bilir nereye gitti var ya. Sonda gittikçe yaklaşıyor. Az kaldı. Çok az kaldık.
Meanwhile, at the Cast Coalition.
Oyuncu koalisyonu.
Hey, can I run something by you real quick?
Yeah.
You know how everyone's trying to kill Saps because of what he did? And then during his trial, he was all like, Luminara was behind this. Luminara built the trap.
The leadership in Luminara helped me build the meeting area. That includes the prosecution himself, Thomas 5200, and their ringleader, Fluxion.
So, I was sailing past Saps' place a few days ago.
God, this dude is digging.
O kim lan?
Oh.
Harbi ne yapıyor orada? Saps değil mi o?
Yeah. Isn't that Flux?
Evet, evet,
Yeah,
evet.
it looks like him. Yeah.
Kim bilir ne yapıyor orada?
Doing at Saps' place.
Aha, yoksa Şahit.
Gathering blocks.
Evet. Evet, Şahit de buldu, artık millet Saps'a inanacak herhalde lan.
Interesting. You know
Saps'a inanın ne olur artık ya.
a tricolor, and probably also a Perion.
I'm on it.
Aha. Saps kurtulacak lan galiba. Millet Flux'in kötü biri olduğuna inanacak artık.
The Cast Coalition had been reviewing his old video footage when he happened to notice Flux digging for sand, a prevalent material in Saps' room.
Aha! Evet işte bu!
This wasn't the best.
İşte bu!
But for some people,
Yine de en azından inanır bazı insanlar. Aynen öyle. Abi ne olur. Ne olur Saps kurtulsun, ölmesin. Flux'ı seviyorum ama aha gün 9. 335'e 417. Devam ediyoruz. Tam gaz devam ediyoruz. Karlı bir geceydi. Ve Saps tek başına.
Saps had spent the day getting brought into meetings with the most important people on Island 1, and he didn't really know what to make of this. In one sense, he was incredibly lucky to finally have some support. But he also questioned how real this support is, and who he can really trust.
Evet, çok Saps'ın yerinde olmak istemezdim
Saps knew
gerçekten.
that the Covenant generally did not like the people of Island 2. The Covenant believed that Island 1 was the supreme island with better culture, customs, and traditions. They were also known to be ruthless, having massacred the entire Lingolini Mafia. It's why Saps was suspicious of Turntap's offer to continue protecting him, especially after he ran away. But Saps
Oh,
knew he
harbiden lan.
needed powerful allies as world tensions were ramping up. When Spoon invaded the Commonwealth yesterday, he got a lot of criticism, mostly from his own neighbors, who were blindsided by the move.
Spoon could have dragged all my people into war. Elysium is a nation of peace.
Like that, any hope for a Big Four alliance was basically dead, especially since the other nations were now dealing with problems of their own. Earlier yesterday, Queen Seneca had found out that Elysium's newspaper, Daybreak Media, had somehow found out that she had directed the Covenant to kill Lingulini. This is why Seneca was so quiet yesterday during the Island 1 snow meeting. She knew this story would be coming out, and she was trying to figure out how she would respond. And on day 9, she made her decision. To dissuade people from invading Infernus, she would show strength by doubling down and hold a joint ceremony with the Covenant, parading around Lingulini's head.
Ne oluyor lan?
Let this be a lesson. Shame to those who disrespect our volcanoes.
Aynen öyle. Ya Luigi'nin kafasını yanardağ atıyorlar. Oha! Oha!
Meanwhile, on the
Bu
other side of
yanardağ
the
ilk
island,
Luigi bulmuştu. Luigi Luigi de iyi karakterdi ya.
Is having a ceremony to burn the head of Mario.
If I can't get his head back, then it's war. I will put my hands around each
Bu da o kafayı geri tutuyor ama kafa artık yandı, lava gitti.
Decided that Infernus needed to be punished, and they started discussing whether or not to declare war. But then, not even a minute into the discussion,
if everyone is against them, then we are not going to.
Benji's dead.
What?
Benji öldü.
Benji, the leader of Elysium, had suddenly died. And before anyone could even ask about what happened, a member of Daybreak Media made a shocking revelation.
We know that Benji had been one of the people who made the call to kill Lingulini.
What? Apparently, Benji had admitted to Daybreak Media that he, alongside Infernus, had approved the killing of Lingulini. At the time, Benji believed that killing Lingulini would finally resolve the conflict over the volcano and bring peace to the island. But he ended up seriously regretting this decision, so he told Daybreak Media everything, exposed Infernus, and then ended his life. The Blue Cross Conference decided not to punish Elysium and instead focused on Infernus.
I don't know about war. Maybe a trial? Give Infernus a chance to tell their side.
Flux was representing Luminara at the meeting, and the leaders actually agreed with his idea. So later today, there would be a trial against the entire nation of Infernus. Now, when the meeting came to an end, Flux was approached by a few guards from Tricolor.
Right, look. We know about the assassinations, all right?
What assassinations?
You're under arrest. You're coming to Tricolor. You're gonna have a fair trial. Just come with us.
What are you talking about?
Tricolor an arrest warrant for Flux after they obtained incriminating video evidence from a citizen of the Cass Coalition.
Being possibly responsible for the death of Joe in any capacity.
What are you talking about? We know Seraphim.
There are concerns that you may have been involved in other ways.
Sapsın evinin önünde o şeyleri kazdığı için, kumları kazdığı için tutuklu kalacak şu anda galiba.
You're correct, which which I believe
This
you
is
are,
an
okay?
outrage against Luminara. I cannot
No.
believe that you would accuse me of this.
Now, the truth was, Tricolor wasn't necessarily
İşleri iyice karışıyor arkadaşlar.
guilty. They just wanted Flux to go to trial so that he could answer their questions about the videotape.
Aynen öyle. Videolara bir cevap vermesi lazım.
Run away.
You're seriously scared that I'm going to run away from a trial.
You agree after what happened with the Commonwealth, we could ever be too careful about stuff like that. We're both
Fine.
not.
Fine, I will go. But this is an outrage.
All right, let's go. We're gonna remember.
We will not stand for this.
Flux is getting arrested by Tricolor.
Eyvah. Lan. Ha. Niye duruyor lan sürekli?
Every few seconds.
People stop. Don't worry about it.
The group then passed through
Flux'ın bir
Elysium and
planı var
were about to
galiba.
sail off to Island 2 until...
Aha. Yeni çocuk. Ne olacak lan orada?
Hey, what is
Lan! Flux kaçtı oğlum.
What? Wait, Flux is getting away? It turned out Flux...
Demek ki suçluydu. Flux suçlu. Hadi gelin safsan özür dilerim lan hepiniz. Hadi hepiniz özür dilerim lan safsan şimdi.
When Flux returned to Luminara, his whole world had flipped upside down. He believed he had covered all his tracks, that he had gotten away with everything. But for now,
Ama
he had
o
to
kadar
remain
kolay
calm
olmayacak.
and decide on his next move.
Legacy.
Yeah.
We've just been informed that you have ties to the Covenant, and they're working with Saps the Traitor. So the problem is, we're afraid you're a national security threat. You have two choices right now. You either drop out of the election this instant...
Ya hemen seçimden çekilirsin ya da tutuklanırsın yani.
Alright.
By forcing Legacy to drop out of the election, Flux had automatically become the leader of Luminara.
Oha!
Which means if Tricolor still wanted to arrest him, they wouldn't be able to just walk ahead and take him. They would have to invade Luminara itself.
Hayda! Oğlum Flux çok akıllı ya. Abi bu ne? Flux gerçekten çok akıllı çıktı.
Yesterday, Emperor Spoon had caused a lot of chaos with his failed attempts to capture Knight Arcturus. So he spent day 9 repairing relationships, but also forming new ones. For example, earlier, Spoon had received a message from a player named Addison27 who wanted to sell Joe Fuel's head in exchange for netherite. Spoon accepted the deal, gave Addison a place to meet him at, but then he gave Addison's location straight to Tricolor.
Armor.
Show us the head.
Yeah,
there it is.
Oh, no.
Give it right now.
I got it.
Now, this actually led to an alliance between Westhelm and Tricolor, the first ever multi-island alliance, and a strategic move by Spoon to befriend the neighbors of the Commonwealth. Later, Spoon also visited the Covenant after he heard about some civil unrest going on.
So they all just left, just like that?
Apparently, about half of the Covenant's entire population had decided to leave the Covenant. This is because they believed TurnTap was betraying the Covenant's values by constantly trading and associating with Island 2. And what made a lot of them really angry was the fact that TurnTap was making them protect Saps. See, originally, TurnTap had only brought Saps in to get diamonds for his army, but the more he heard about Saps' story, the more he became captivated by Saps and wanted to help him. In fact, the reason TurnTap had acted strangely on day 7 wasn't because he was thinking about killing Saps, it was because he had just saved Saps from the Alcaracina pirates, and he was worried that the pirates would attack the Covenant in retaliation.
Yani kötü bir amacı yokmuş.
Anyway, now that
Herhalde.
TurnTap had the pirates against him, as well as much of the Covenant forces, which TurnTap himself had trained to be ruthless, it's fair to say that his life was in grave danger. But before he and Spoon could figure out a solution, the Covenant suddenly had a surprise visitor.
Come here, you're under arrest.
Uh-oh.
Yo, they're
Aha,
trying to kill
yine
me.
kim tutuklu lan?
You killed our leaders. You destroyed.
After days upon days of searching, the Commonwealth had finally found Saps.
Saps is now hiding.
This player, Zekor, was now the main diplomat of the Commonwealth, and he knew that this was his opportunity to finally kill Saps. The last thing he needed to do was to convince Spood to hand Saps over.
Hayır.
Let's have a talk. Let's have a chat.
Yo. Hayır.
Alright. Could you guys come inside?
Oh boy. Here we
Abi.
go.
Sapsa veda mı edeceğiz yoksa? Hayır.
We can put all of our fighting behind us.
Evet.
I propose a trade. You give me Saparada.
Tamam. Ben de sana.
Who else gives you Night Arcturus?
Mantıklı bir takas aslında.
Archie for Saps. I mean, where would this happen?
You can let us take Saparada now, and then we can kill Arcturus for you.
No, don't kill him. He needs to fight in the Colosseum.
Evet.
Alright, we can make that work as well.
Wait, so you're saying you know where he is?
Biliyor muymuş lan?
That's interesting because Sitzkrieg said he didn't.
Okay.
We don't have him.
We do not know.
Harbi oğlum. Bak burada da yalan söylemişler ya.
Then we'll find him.
Really? Is that
Yalan.
Why would I lie?
Yürü lan orada.
Find him for me.
Spood, don't do this. Look, Spood, I have to be honest. I'm shocked that you're defending this criminal. Either you accept this deal right now, or I tell everyone from back home that you're harboring Saparada. They'll all declare war on you, and this will be the end of West Ham.
So, just to make the terms of this deal very clear, because I want to be accurate. You expect me to give up an innocent man in exchange for a terrorist? Is that really your offer?
He's not innocent.
İşten kızışıyor.
Alright. Get out.
Oha. Ben eski şaka zannettim lan. Uzayın lan! Uzayın! Racon budur.
Soon, it would be time for the trial of Infernus, which had become a very anticipated event because Seneca had told everyone that she actually planned to attend. As such, Turntap would be there to help her, which meant Saps also had to go. He wanted the Covenant's protection, which would actually come in handy. What? Saps getting attacked.
Sap!
Oh no.
Saps'a saldırıyorlar lan!
Saps getting attacked again.
Hayır.
The attacker was taken out immediately by the Covenant, but this led to another problem.
We need to know whether we should keep Infernus in the area. We are worried about assassinations.
We're not going in a building, we're having this outside.
Seneca and the rest of Infernus had arrived, but were refusing to enter the courthouse because of safety concerns. Infernus is saying outside or nothing. They're not going in. And as expected, people were quickly becoming impatient.
I have to stand here for 5 more minutes. I'm gonna blow all my
Ana baba gün olmuş lan bura. Ne olmuş oğlum buraya?
The trial hadn't even begun and things were already out of control.
Değil mi?
And then...
Evet. Sonra? Hayır bak. Bir daha olmaz. Ne oldu lan? Hayır! Saps! Turntap! Oğlum! Kim öldü? Turntap!
And like that, Turntap was dead, killed by two disgruntled former citizens of the Covenant who had come back
Turntap
for
iyiydi lan ya!
What the?
Burn us back to the castle.
Queen Seneca directed her people and all the remaining Covenant forces, who were now leaderless, to retreat to the Infernus Castle.
Oğlum nasıl?
Both Infernus and the Covenant were eventually found guilty of murdering the Lingolini Mafia. But now that Seneca had adopted the entire Covenant army with all of its netherite weaponry, it would be impossible to try and arrest anyone. Saps, meanwhile, was abandoned at the courthouse, so he ran all the way to Westhelm to Emperor Spood, who was apparently dealing with a new political crisis. It appeared that Spood had finally made the Commonwealth mad because, according to a Westhelm spy, it looked like the Commonwealth was preparing to go to war. And on top of this, Spood had received a message from Sitzfried inviting him to the Commonwealth meeting. Now, of course, Spood suspected this was a trap, but his second-in-command Spider had an idea.
Let me go instead. Let them kill me.
Spider kendini feda edecek. Hayır.
We'll have the right to obliterate them.
Basically, if Spider goes to this meeting and actually gets killed, then in the eyes of the world, this will give Westhelm permission to finally wipe
Asıl
the
savaş
Commonwealth
Spider
off the
öldükten
map.
sonra başlar.
You're a hero, Spider.
Glory to
O7. Spider O7. Kendini feda eden gerçek bir kahraman.
You guys are all waiting for something to happen.
Spider öldü. Spider öldü ve savaş başlıyor. Savaş başlıyor. Bu bir savaş ilanıdır Spider için. Herkes şu an zenginlere saldırmaya gidiyor. Fakirler saldırıya geçti. Gecenin büyük vaktinde.
Wait, what? Where is everyone?
Harbiden
The Commonwealth had been
onlar da biliyorlardı fakirlerin geleceklerini ve kaçtılar. Tamamen terk
See,
etmişler
after Zekr's
oğlum.
meeting with Spood, Sitzkrieg had tried to rally all of Island 2 against Westhelm, but not a single nation joined him. Throughout its days, the Commonwealth had faced chaos, infighting, global humiliation, and now Sitzkrieg was utterly defeated. So, as a final jab against Westhelm, Sitzkrieg decided to kill Spider before dissolving the Commonwealth once and for all.
Oğlum Spider'ı niye öldürdünüz lan?
Sitzkrieg and his remaining citizens
Ben fakirlerden yanayım lan bu saatten sonra. Pis zenginler. Nereye taşınmışlar? Burası neresi lan? Yanardağın orası mı? Değil mi? Yanardağ galiba. Evet, Yanardağ'ın oraya geldiler.
So many people. Oh my God. Infernus is massive.
Kim kazanacak acaba? Çok merak ediyorum. Bir an önce gün ona geçmemiz lazım. Son gün. Son gün.
Meanwhile, at the Cass Coalition, it was the end of another good day. The farmers had produced plentiful crops, the businesses had made lots of sales, and there was even a birthday party.
Oha, doğum günü partisi bile vermişler lan.
While people were happy, Cass knew very well that the outside world was quickly growing out of control. As leader, it was Cass's duty to keep track of all the world conflicts. But by day 9, they were simply overwhelming. She watched from afar as the Commonwealth fell apart. She watched as world leaders died left and right. She watched Infernus avoid justice by blocking themselves off, with netherite at their defense, as well as the volcano's sheer height. Yet despite all the turmoil, Cass spent most of the day trying to solve what was now the world's biggest mystery.
Bakalım nelerle karşılaşacağız. Son gün.
Murdered all the Island 2 leaders. Was it Saps or was it Flux?
Flux mu, Saps mi? Ben Saps'te yanayım ya.
The coalition were listening carefully.
Covenant was propagating anti-Island 2 propaganda, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, we didn't agree with that. Island 1 never had beef with you guys. It was really just a covenant.
They can see that Island 1 is gearing up to invade us. Then at least they'll know I tried to warn them when Island 1 comes and kills us all. But the Covenant was going to invade us, right?
Honestly, probably not. I think they were just trying to scare you guys.
Flux had fully believed that Island 1 was going to invade and even yelled at the other leaders for doing nothing, which made Cass think, what if that's the reason he killed them? Besides, what would be Saps' motive? There wasn't even a motive alleged during his trial, yet he was still found guilty. In fact, thinking back, the trial itself was suspiciously short, and the judge made a decision very quickly. Well, on day 9, one of Cass's citizens was scouting the Commonwealth and figured out why.
Ne gördü lan orada acaba?
Had bribed the judge to ensure Saps was found guilty. When Cass discovered this, she immediately called for a meeting with local leaders.
It's been Flux's whole
Rüşvet vermişler oğlum. Oğlum Flux'a bak lan. Bu Flux ne kadar zekiymiş oğlum böyle.
You have my permission to invade Luminara.
Okay, I'll tell my guys to prepare for battle.
No.
İnanmıyorum.
We go in, we take him out, we leave. Got it?
Sounds good. See.
Hadi gidiyoruz.
First thing tomorrow.
Savaş başlıyor. Gün 10. Hadi bakalım. Son gün. Fakirlerde 319, zenginlerde 400 kişi kalmış tam olarak.
Welcome everyone. Welcome.
Hadi bakalım. Hadi bakalım.
We gather here today because, well, we never got the opportunity to properly mourn our previous leader, Three Below.
What's going on here?
He was more than just a leader, and he was a friend. And I'm very much excited that we can continue his legacy and complete the bridge which he would have wanted.
Köprü hala... köprü tamamlanmamış mı lan hala? Hadi bakalım, final yaklaşıyor. Çok heyecanlıyım.
And so, the Cass Coalition set off on their mission to kill Flux once and for all. On the way, Cass stopped at a Pyrrhion to rally.
Flux, tamam, güzel. Flux'ı öldürecekler. Güzel.
For the multiple leader assassinations, including the assassination of your own president. Are we ready to fight for Luminara and for justice?
Hazırız! Evet!
The plan was simple.
Ben de gaza geldim ya.
Would invade Luminara from the south, while the Cass Coalition approaches from the sea so that Flux can't escape.
Oy! Tamam, savaş başlıyor. Ha geldiler. Oha! Flux da çok güçlü ama şimdi. Kaçıyor. Oy başladı. Dream videosu izliyorum sanki şu an. Teslim ol. Aha, ne oldu lan? Ne oldu? Teslim olacağım diyor.
Flux, you are under the arrest, killing Jag, Alki, members of Tricolor, and leader of Power.
Ali diyor lan, as bayrakları, as.
And attempting my assassination.
Flux had stopped and surrendered, but there was a bit of confusion.
He's entitled to a fair trial.
Wait, I thought it was He's our president.
Going in, Cass had been under the impression that the people of Luminara wanted Flux to be overthrown, when in reality, most Luminarans knew nothing about his crimes.
Don't RSVP to a mass murderer right now. Don't let him get through the crowds, guys. Where's Legacy? Luminarans, do you want this man alive?
Yeah, entitled to a fair trial.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
All of a sudden, Cass wasn't sure about what to do. Until...
Ben biliyordum var ya, yine kaçacağını yemin ederim biliyordum ya. Ulan Flux. Aha. Kendine özel bir yer yapmış lan herhalde. Ooo, bu Flux neymiş lan böyle? Şuna bak, herkes ölüyor. Oha, inanamıyorum. İnanamıyorum.
Flux had killed 5 people using a secret trap he had built the day before.
Ben de diyorum bunu niye yaptı?
Time to escape.
Evet. Ve kaçıyordu şu an.
Flux knew there'd be a lot of people after him, so when he dug to the surface,
bence Flux'ın artık kurtuluşu yok. İmkansız. Nereye kaçacak oğlum başka?
Still, Cass and Aperion sent out hit squads to try and hunt Flux down, while Legacy directed the citizens of Luminara to evacuate.
I gotta move all of these people over to the Conquistador HQ because no one is safe in Luminara at the moment.
Çok heyecanlı lan.
Legacy had taken over as leader of Luminara. Cass and Aperion were down 5 citizens, and Flux had gotten away with everything once again.
Lan Flux harbi ne şanslı, ne ballı adammış ya.
Or so he thought.
Aha. Aha, yani ne demek bu? Tamam.
I am so confused on what's happening right
Oh
now.
my god.
Millet şok oluyor lan.
Oh my god.
Oho, herkes şaşırıyor.
When Flux's trap went off, the rest of the world had a lot of questions.
Was that in Luminara?
That was Flux?
Wait, Flux killed those people?
Yeah. On day 10, word began to spread about what had happened.
Evet, herkes artık Flux'ın ne kadar kötü biri olduğunu duymaya başladı, evet.
Which made people think, was Flux behind the murders of the Island 2 leaders after all?
Evet, ya.
Behind everything. Shaps was right.
Ya ne oldu? İş işten geçtikten sonra az daha öldürecektiniz lan Saps'ı. Ne oldu? İşte arkadaşlar. Buradan da bunu anlamış oluyoruz.
How do you feel?
Sonunda.
For the first time since he had gone into hiding, Saps had been vindicated, proven innocent.
Harbiden ha. Vallahi iyi oldu. Harbiden sevindim ya.
On his side.
Harbi çok sevindim ya. Ulan bu adama bir özür. Bu adam kral olmalı. Özür borçlusunuz lan bu adama her şeyi borçlusunuz.
And now, instead of hunting for Saps, all of Island 2 was determined to find Flux.
Aynen öyle. Şu an adadaki bütün zengin fakir herkes Flux'ı arıyor.
Anyone stopped in the first place?
I would have been the bad guy if I killed him right then and there with everyone yelling, trial.
But the search for Flux didn't take long.
Someone just saw Flux going up the volcano.
Oh, you're kidding.
Aha, Flux yanardağa tırmanıyormuş oğlum.
Queen Seneca had offered Flux refuge at Infernus under the condition that he and his crew build deadly traps all around the volcano perimeter so that
Flux
no one can break in. But the rest of the world was unfazed.
Yeah, they're gonna pay for what they did.
Yep.
On day 10, all of Island 2 joined the Tricolor West Helm Alliance and declared war against Infernus.
Alright, today we infiltrate the volcano.
Örümcek ve Foro için yanar. Ooo, yanardağa gidiyoruz şimdi. Aga be. I love you. Hazır mısınız? Evet. Bu ölenler boşuna ölmedi. Aynen öyle. Bugün intikam günü.
Flux got away with murdering so many of our people.
Evet, Flux. Neymiş lan böyle?
Today we get justice for our entire island.
Ve kahramanım. Abi çok mutlu oldum. oldum ya. Vallahi çok mutlu oldum ya. Şu an zenginler, fakirler hepsi bir araya geldi. Hep beraber işbirliği yapıyorlar. Ve yanardağ'a geliyorlar. Önce Kolezyum'a geldiler tabii. Burada kapışacaklar mı lan? Aha. Tamam. Kimlerle kimler kapışacak? Şaps burada.
2 days ago, my home was turned into a death trap behind my back. I was framed and then forced to go through a rigged trial.
Guilty on all counts. Yes!
A few days ago, every single person in the world wanted me dead. But today, you all know the truth about who really killed our leaders and our friends.
Sonunda.
Today, we walk ahead. We storm the volcano. And we get justice.
Evet! Adalet! Hadi bakalım.
Thank you, Saps. Alright everyone, listen up.
Aha, plan yapılıyor.
There's a lot of things to watch out for. There's gonna be lava, boiling water, dripstone traps, their entire armor.
Hepsi çok tehlikeli.
They have the height advantage and netherite armor, but we have numbers.
Evet,
so let's
çok
stick
fazlayız.
together and let's win this thing. Come on!
Hadi! Hadi bakalım. Aha gidiyorlar valla. Ohoho! Her yer bosmor lan. Of abi, kim bilir neler olacak ya.
Oh my god. I think there might be a problem.
It's okay.
Aha! Yanardağ'a geliyorlar lan! Çok az kaldı. Oo, her yerde var ya çok fena tuzaklar var yalnız. Hain! Oha! Nasıl çıkacaklar oğlum oraya?
But the water still burns.
Okay, send out the covenant now, right now.
Go.
Oh, big fighting on the ground right now.
Aha! Başladı!
Yep.
İki takım da çok güçlü onlara. Oğlum akın geliyor valla.
Ground as well. It's the covenant.
Get down off our mountain.
Ölenler de oluyor tabii maalesef. Buraya sığmışlar lan. Çok iyi. Hadi bakalım. Tuzaklara bak oğlum. Bunlar çok şerefsiz ya. Şu tuzaklara bak ya. Aga be. Biri de orada. Köpek de orada. Oklarla savaş başladı bu sefer de. Oha! En son kaç kişi kalacak çok merak ediyorum. Plantiyor da patladı. Oo!
Watch out for the hole with the camera.
Oha oğlum herkes ölüyor lan. Ohohoho. Abi ben şu Şams'la Flax'ın BS'sini o kadar istiyorum ki. Son kısımda ben onların bir BS atmasını görsem 10 numara olur ya. Çok güzel bir final olur var ya. Aha geliyorlar lan enişte. Vallahi geliyorlar. Vura. Silika. Ölecek mi? Silika öldü. Silika öldü. Geriye bir tek Flax kaldı. Flax öldürün. Kaçıyor yakalayın. Kaçamazsın bizden Flax. Oha! Oğlum beklene kaçıyor lan Flax'a bak. Abi hala kaçıyor. Oha! Ne oldu yakala? Flax! Lava düştü. Öldü. Lava düştü. Kurtulamaz bence. Abi kalbim duracak. Aha ölüyor. Gap alıyor. Evet kalkanı da çok güçlü gerçi. Warden'ın şeyi vardı doğru. Onu unuttuk evet. Yine ölmedi ya. Oğlum bu neymiş böyle ya?
Surely not.
Nereye gidiyor? Kaçıyor. Gizli sığınağından kaçıyor.
Of course he has a tunnel. Of course.
Kimsenin haberi yok lan. Abi görmüşler. Oh, tamam yakalayın abi peşinden gidin oğlum. Evet kaçtı ya. Saps. Mesaj geldi Saps'tan. Flax'a. Ne yazdı acaba?
Alright guys, let's go.
Aha, geliyorum falan dedi galiba. Oy, aradığımız büyük mesele geliyor galiba şu anda. Aha, Kolezyum'da mı atacaklar lan BS'yi? Harbi tahmin ettiğim gibi oluyor galiba. Aha! Tam tahmin ettiğim gibi oluyor cidden. Saps vs Flax Kolezyum'da son bir dövüş izleyeceğiz.
Wow, you actually.
Gel buraya gel.
Can I?
Let's make this a fair fight, okay?
Aynen öyle. Kazanan alır.
Flux.
Aha.
Look at all these people dying right now because of you.
You know, Saps, none of this would have happened if you had died like you were supposed to. I'm sorry for everything you've had to go through.
Aşağı atla. Abi ama çok güçlü atladı. İkisi de kontrol dedi. Oğlum büyük mesele başladı şu anda. Kim abi? Saps kazansın ne olur. Bir kere iyiler kazansın arkadaşlar. Şu an ikisi de çok tedirgin. Aha saldırılar başladı. Hadi oğlum. O var ben de izliyorum çok heyecanlı. Abi bakamayacağım. Abi. Abi ikisi de birbirine çok iyi vuruyor. Flux Warden sırrından dolayı bir tık önde. Oğlum. Hadi Sapsana güveniyoruz yapma. Oğlum. Çok iyiydi. Flux Saps çok güzel bir hamledi. Flux bana düşürdü. Hadi oğlum. Yaparsın. Kaçma Flux! Geri gel! Oğlum inanılmaz heyecanlı! İnanılmaz heyecanlı! Kim kazandı? Kim kazandı? Kim öldü? Ne olur Sams ölmesin. Ve Sams kazandı! Sams kazandı! Flux ölüyor! Flux ölüyor ve Sams kazanıyor! İşte bu! Sams kazanıyor! Oğlum oh be! İnanmıyorum oğlum! İnanmıyorum! Oğlum bir dakika biz ne izledik lan böyle?
Had killed Flux. And with that, Flux's reign of terror was over.
Her şey bitti oğlum! Efsaneydi oğlum biz ne izledik böyle? Bir gün sonra kaç kişi kaldı aha merak ettim. 129'da 191 kişi.
Today we gather to honor the lives lost in the battle.
Yani 1000 kişi başlayan şeyde 400-450 kişi falan kaldılar.
I think we haven't felt the same. I know I certainly don't.
The Island 2 West Helm Alliance had defeated the Infernus forces. But winning had come at a high cost. After the war, people across the world took time to
mezarlar da yapılmış ölenler için.
reflect upon the battle, and then eventually decide how to move on.
Vay be, mutlu sonlar.
Now that Infernus, the Covenant, and the Commonwealth were off the map, there were talks of creating a new world.
Bence Sams başa geçmeli abi. Sams başkan olmalı bence.
Never really materialized, and all the
her şeyi Sams yönetmeli bence.
Agreed to do their own thing and have peace.
Helal olsun lan. Sonunda barış geldi be.
Island 1 had taken the brunt of the war. Crops trampled, the big tree scorched.
Neler neler yaşandı be.
As a result,
neler neler
Some of them joined cults, while others moved to Island 2
oğlum
harbi
ne izledik biz böyle ya?
Elysium was fine though. Instead of going to war on day 10, the Nation of Peace had decided to hold a peace festival. And on their shore was something new. A bridge stemming all the way from Luminara.
Vay be! Herkes huzur içinde! Herkes barıştı!
Including Saps, who at long last had returned to Island 2.
Vay! Oğlum ağlayacağım lan! Harbi çok duygu oldum ya!
Still, the world wasn't totally conflict-free. The Cass Coalition Bakery was yet to be exposed for causing the death of Wood Daddy. And Knight Arcturus was still in hiding, yet to be found.
Hala mı saklanıyor lan?
It's a big world, so it's not a surprise that many stories like these may just never end. But I think there's some beauty in that.
So slowly lose control as emotions overflow.
Yeah, we still have some work to do. We will catch that traitor. But tonight you can rest. You've made your emperor very proud.
Jury, you have heard all of the evidence. If you find Thomas 5200 guilty of aiding Fluxion with his reign of terror, jump now. Thomas, may you find mercy in the end, senor.
Bu da ceza... öldürüldü, idam edildi. Cezaevine girecek diyecektim, direkt idam ettiler. Barbie ile o parayı burada evleniyor.
After we talked a little bit for like 5 minutes, I realized you could blow up my nation and kill all my citizens, but that doesn't mean you will.
Barbie, do you take Oppenheimer to be your one and only kid?
I do.
Vay!
I do.
Vay! Bunlar da evlendi.
This time, Barbie and Oppenheimer have requested that it's...
Karı koca ilan ediyorum.
They will both exchange something slightly different. If you would please turn your attention to the nuclear bomb that's behind us.
Nükleer bomba ne alaka lan? Ooo! Yüzük yerine üstünde P yazılı bir roket uçuyor. Alfalığa bak be!
So slowly lose control as emotions overflow.
Aga be! Mezar hazırlamışlar. Ne kadar düşmanı da olsa zamanında arkadaşıydı. Ona ihanet etse. Oğlum gözlerim önünden doldu. Ağlayacağım lan. Vallahi çok fena oldum ya. Çok güzeldi ya. Vallahi ağlayacağım ya. Harbiden çok kötü oldu arkadaşlar. Gözlerim doldu. O final sahnesi çok güzeldi. Bu serinin devamını istiyorsanız aşağıdan videomuza like atmayı ve kanalıma abone olup yandaki bildirimlerin tüm haline getirmeyi unutmayın. O zaman son videoda görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın. Hoşçakalın.